we are speaking to you from quarantine. At least 2 of us are. The rest of you are still social distancing at the very least.
Yes.
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 Coming to you live in Technicolor.
In Technicolor, from the Aether.
In technicalities.
Yes, Shae and I have both been under the weather for unrelated reasons, and then I also found out I had been exposed to COVID while at work, so we are on a quarantine for the next handful of days, 10 more days, technically, and then I immediately go into my RDOs, which are my days off, so I was more than happy to not correct the officer on that one. He was like, you're back in at work on the 21st. It's like, aha, you wish I was. That's my day off.
That's good.
It's like, I will be back on the 23rd. Yeah, so had a lot of fun time to just rest and recover from being under the weather, then finding out that I might have COVID and still needing to get tested for that sometime soon. But how's everybody else been? Streaming for us has been kind of up and down, but we should be fine going forward.
Fine. I'm doing pretty well. I haven't been doing anything super exciting. I haven't been sick or anything, but I do have the next week off also because my wife and I wanted to take a week off to spend together because we really haven't had much time. Like, despite us both working from home and having gone nowhere because of COVID, we haven't had a lot of time just to spend together. So for in honor of the capitalistic holiday of Valentine's Day, we're just not going to work, and we're hoping to possibly do some camping. But this weather, maybe not. At the very least, we're going to take the dogs around, and they get to smell all the smelly things.
What's the weather like for you guys out there?
Right now, it is very, very overcast and threatening to rain any second. So
we have potential snow for until next Thursday. So it's like, yeah. So it's
I can tell the weather changed because my dog's arthritis is acting up again. So I can tell there was some kind of a pressure change that is making his bones bothered. Poor little pupper dog.
I'm just living in SoCal winter, which means it's fairly nice during the day, and then there's a 15 to 20 degree drop during that night.
That's how Phoenix was, where it was like, oh yeah, it's mild, and then because it's desert winter, it's like, all right, all the heat has escaped.
Yep. I was like, you know how I feel being in Arizona.
Rhys and myself have been getting like between 1 and 5 inches of snow like every 3 days for the past 2 weeks. So that's pretty.
Yeah, Jersey's been getting hit pretty hard. Another of our streamer friends is there too, and she sends us pictures of the snow. You guys got hit hard the last storm.
Well, I will say that there is a dramatic difference in what happens in North Jersey versus South Jersey. But I don't know where your other friend is. So.
Not sure, but she said it was at least 2 feet.
Yeah, I don't think we got 2 feet.
Holy crap! I didn't even know North Jersey got that much. But
yeah.
She showed a picture of opening the door, and there was just like hill, like you can't see it. It's like deep of just like pushing it away, and it's like, oh, all right. Like, wish we got that. We're in Virginia.
Yeah, all told, where we are, we probably got like between a foot and maybe like a foot and a couple inches, like with all the storms taken into account. Because they all kind of just built one on top of the other. So
we got about 4, and then it was like, all right, it's Virginia. It's gonna warm up enough now that it'll just be kind of slushy. I was like, great.
Yeah, that's the DC Metro in a nutshell.
Yeah, DC Metro is just melted brown snow.
Yep.
It's just fun.
I remember I went down to DC for spring break like probably 5 years ago or something.
Since when was DC a spring break destination?
I was bored, and I have friends who went to George Washington.
Oh, okay.
11
I'm
months.
gonna go visit them.
Okay.
So I went down there, and it was interesting because they had just gotten a big storm, which meant Baltimore had just gotten a big storm because that's where I flew into. And like, yeah, Baltimore had like 2 feet of snow or something, and then you take the train to DC, and there's like an inch of there's like a slathering of a little bit of snow. It's a little bit of snow, and it's like, really, you all the federal people got a day off for this? Are you kidding?
I think it's basically the municipality's preparedness that determines the working schedule of like public servants during storms.
Yeah, I understood why, but it was mostly me because I was living in Boston at the time, coming down and just being like, y'all, please.
Just put some boots on, you'll be fine.
Exactly. That was a time. Subject of streaming though, since you brought it up. I have been having some interesting time streaming, mostly because I've been doing Spiritfarer, which is very good. Would recommend. Very good game.
Super cute.
But then on the other side, I've been trying to figure out like what to play as my like alternate game, basically, because I finished Neocab almost 2 weeks ago now. Neocab's great. Very good visual novel. Very real, but I think it's very well done. If you haven't played it, you should go check it out. But then I went and played Necromunda, and I was disappointed. I think that's my biggest thing is I was just disappointed in Necromunda, and then
I've heard very unpopular things about it from another friend who played it too. It's just like, this is not a finished game and it does not play well.
Yeah, like, cause the closest comparison I have to it, and I think this is a comparison that I don't think a lot of other people have, is Valkyria Chronicles, which I played 1 and 4 on stream.
I watched you start it, and I could agree. I did see that from the movement and stuff.
It looked like they functioned similarly, but it didn't look like they were like the same game.
They're not at all the same game, but they have a lot of similar premises. The problem is that Necromunda just doesn't do it very well, because Valkyria Chronicles at least has the like. A big part of Valkyria Chronicles is also that it's very, very anime, and so has like all the things where it's like there are very like larger than life characters and stuff like that, and that also comes with the problematic parts of sexualization and all the other things that come into anime. But it has a lot more soul and depth than Necromunda does. Which, when I started playing the free play mode, and I was like, I'm gonna basically play this like Blood Bowl. It became more fun, but the core gameplay loop wasn't enough for me to like actually want to play more of it. But now we have the Lunar Sale, the Lunar New Year sale, and I'm like, I was looking at getting a few games, and now I'm thinking, yes, now is the perfect time. Thank you, Lunar New Year.
So what are you looking at playing now?
The games I'm looking at getting are, I have 30 plus games on my wish list, but the ones I'm looking at the top are like Wintermore Tactics Club, Jedi Fallen Order, and Suzerain. Or Suzerain. I'm not sure how that's actually pronounced. I'll go find it out at some point. So, that's what I'm looking at for this next weekend, as well as just keeping playing Spiritfarer, because Spiritfarer is like Stardew, but you're on a boat. And a little bit more frantic, because there's no
ghosty guys that I was talking about, because like I said, they're seriously my favorite creature in anything since Persona first dropped.
Is that the one with Stanley and you have a beetle?
No.
Oh,
it's
then
like,
no.
It's not a location, it's an event that happens on the boat.
This is an event that happens on the boat. Stanley's the mushroom kid that you get, and he has a beetle who helps you find ghosts.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of then? I'm not sure. Here.
Apparently I have to go get fireflies at some point, which is a thing that happens, but I hadn't gotten Gustav yet. Because I asked a friend of mine, and she was like, yeah, you just need Gustav. And I'm like, oh. Because the game has an expected progression, which is interesting. Like, it expects you to get certain people at certain times so that the progression keeps going, but if you do like what I did and you went further than it wanted you to, you kind of get stuck. That is, I think, my one big criticism of that game is that can happen, and so you feel very frantic. You feel like you're spinning your wheels because you missed something, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, that's my stuff.
Aside from the weather, my stuff includes I watched that sports ball event that should have been an email.
The Superb Owl.
I wasn't watching it, but I saw Tom Brady pass to Gronk, and I'm like, are we sure the Patriots aren't here? Because like that was the headline for years.
Right. So I did that. I started learning how to crochet because I want to make a vulva teapot koozie.
You do you.
You know, like you do.
Like you do. First big project, gotta.
Oh, I haven't. Honestly, everything that I've like crocheted so far, I've pulled back through because I'm still just learning how to do like single stitches and double stitches and stuff. So I have no idea how to actually turn crochet into a teapot cozy, but I'll get there one day.
Thinking about crochet, I was hemming my pants. This cute little crochet.
Oh, look at that. Speaking of crochet, hello, Estanian Raiders. I didn't know how to segue into that, but I figured I would jump into it. You're all fabulous and we love you.
Yes.
Yeah!
I hope Fallout New Vegas was fun.
It looked like she was having a good time.
Yeah.
What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've been having like what I can explain or have like a few theories on. I've been having for like a week and a half pretty serious like restless leg syndrome, so I've been sleeping maybe like 4 hours tops a night for the past week and a half, and that's been driving me insane and keeping me in a fog. So other than those two things, I've just been kind of like zoning out for the last week and a half. It's been great.
That's what happens when you don't sleep, yeah.
Yeah.
My concern is I stopped taking an SSRI like through my doctor, like I weaned off properly. Also, I haven't been consuming red meat, so it could be an iron deficiency. There's so many different factors that have changed in my life. I've even changed like what side of the bed I sleep on, so that could be it. So it's like, I don't know. There's just so many things.
So many things all within the same time frame.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't change what side of the bed you sleep on. We all know you sleep on the side without all the pillows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every 6 months, I'm just like, no, I want to be here now, so you can give me back rubs while I watch TV.
As you do.
And I'm like, I want to be this way, so I can turn the other way and fall asleep while you're watching TV, etc., etc. It's just, oh no.
It's a thing. I had one thing I just remembered. I've been just playing a bunch of Renowned Explorers because I did that on Monday, and then off stream, like, I can actually play this game off stream and be fine because I can just have a bunch of saves. And it's a roguelite, so I'm just gonna throw myself at it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to get back into that game and figure out synergies and stuff. I had a big victory yesterday, so I was very happy.
I will say I have been casually throwing in like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 Necrodancer runs. Obviously not as good as Shae because I've had Necrodancer for like a year and I still haven't gotten past the second stage.
I'm on stage 3, so the fact that she beat it so quickly puts both of us to shame.
I finally got through it, so I had to put the post out, and oh my god, I don't think I can beat it as the grandmother, which is like super hard mode because if you miss a beat, you die. You only get to use the dagger, and if you only have half of a heart.
Damn.
First off, I pretty much consider my run forfeit by the second stage if I don't either have a whip or a broadsword. So I just consider because that's the only way I can strategically play out. Like, I don't know, I haven't gotten enough skill with the other weapons to know how not to get just demolished by the creatures.
I discovered that different weapons work better on different.
So I would
things.
highly recommend hitting them with the weapons and not getting hit with their.
Yeah, yeah.
My guess on.
Have you tried not getting hit? Yeah, I've tried that one. It's a real hard strat.
Speaking
It's
of
pattern recognition plus remembering what type of attack pattern you have, along with the enemy's attack patterns, which are all variable based off what creature. Oh no.
Yeah, speaking of Necrodancer, I did put out a poll for my next art stream for what people would like me to draw, inspired by it. On my Twitter.
Zelda.
I don't think I put up a Zelda in the option.
Oh.
I mean, I
'Cause
could
that would-
probably
that would-
work it with the cadence option.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's cadence, so.
Yeah, there is a cadence option.
Oh, okay.
I think. Let's see. I have Shae, me, and Ghost Dog in that style. Cadence Victorious, Dead Ringer on a Nightmare, and a Necrodancer Flash Mob. So far, Shae and Ghost Dog are in the lead.
I'm that one vote for Cadence Victorious because I think it would be a really cute portrait.
I really like
Necrodancer
watching
Flash.
Necrodancer, but I don't like rhythm games. I don't like to play rhythm games that much.
Oh my god, it's so fun.
It feels less like a rhythm game the more you play it, but it also kind of you groove the whole time you're playing it because the soundtrack's just so legit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I love Necrodancer soundtrack. I don't know. There's something about rhythm games that just always screw me up, even though like I do like dance and stuff like that, but rhythm games for whatever reason just aren't my thing.
Rhythm
I don't know
games
why.
are fantastic. I was a huge DDR nerd back in the day.
I miss being good at DDR, and I can't even do a song on light anymore without
So-
getting completely winded.
So it's funny. I can still read all of the errors as they come up, but like I totally can't keep up anymore.
Oh, I'd probably break my hip if I tried to do a song on heavy. I'm not even kidding.
I did 3 songs on heavy, probably like a year ago, and I thought I was gonna die after. So
Know how I know you were born in or before 93? You played DDR. Or I should say real DDR at the skate clubs and the mall arcades and stuff.
yeah, that's where I played malls. And down the shore where you get a really big audience, because that was
Dude, I tried so hard on multiple shores. Like, we went to Wildwood, we went to Sea Isle, we went to Atlantic City. We couldn't find a single arcade with a DDR machine anymore. It was
yeah, there aren't many left actually.
What's it called? The Dave & Buster's in Philly still has one though, so that's worth keeping in mind.
There's like a newer version called Step It Up, and that's what like a lot of people have.
Gotcha.
But that's got like diagonal arrows, and it throws me off.
You know what else has diagonal arrows?
Spaceships.
Spaceships.
Yeah, you got some diagonal arrows going on. When we last saw the crew of the Rocksteady, y'all were chilling in the cove with some pirates. You had you had managed to schmooze your way into the hearts of these pirates. But Crow still could not get into the Pirate Queen's pants, no matter how hard he tried.
Crow's
Face
no
probably,
face, sadly.
Face probably could have done it. So yeah, like, yeah, and did everyone get to finish their downtime? Nick, I do not actually.
There
recall
are a
that.
couple-
Dr. Sang.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a couple of notes in the chat, of the
Thank you.
Roll20 chat of what needs to be.
Oh, hey, yes.
I try to
Yes.
put something if something else needs to be done next time.
Doctor saying downtime and
The FR was supposed to be doctor. I just posted it for it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something else too.
Yeah,
The F
I
and the
would
D are
do
next
that.
to each other. That's a typo.
I was gonna have a scene.
I
with the
get
Banshee.
it. Okay. What was that?
It was Doctor saying having a scene with the Banshee, if I remember correctly.
Right. And we were like, okay, that's going to be a minute. So let's go for next time.
Yes. We do also have a crew advance.
Ooh, yeah, crew advance. What are y'all going to do for your crew advance?
I thought we agreed on shields, or was that last?
That was the
program?
last one.
That was the
Okay.
last one, yeah.
That was
We
the
have
last
shields.
one.
That was the last one.
We now have shields.
How
I would look at
about
second
intruder
shields.
alarm and AI.
We could, if we have the money for it, we could also get, we could get to crew quality 2.
Only 2 sounds good to
Knots
me.
never has money, even though, Crow's supposed to be the one who never has money, but Knots is completely irresponsible with their finances entirely, so...
So I have 1 cred left because I gave one to the ship last time, and then I have a bunch of stash that I can sacrifice. Because Pro by, his very nature just spends money because he
You
doesn't
gave
see
a lot
money
of
as
credit away
valuable.
when you stressed out.
Yep.
But yeah, we could also get an AI module because the Cove seems like a good place to get an AI module from.
That's true.
The code definitely seems like a place where you could find an AI module. Yes.
Yeah. That and like,
I think
I
we
don't
should name the
know.
AI res.
We did promise that several episodes ago.
Like
Like,
15 episodes of this.
Yeah,
yeah,
at the beginning of the
I
game.
don't remember talking about it, to be honest with you. So
Back in whatever, but...
Back in the day,
Got the name.
back in the before times.
Before 4 times.
not even, a long time ago. Yeah, we
In a
can get
galaxy
that.
far, far away.
I don't know what else to get for our ship. This is a question of like, what will we shore up? I guess. It's one of those where we should probably go look for an engine module at an engine module at some point. So we do have 2 engines.
Is there anything that we get that just reduces heat gained?
Nope.
Damn. All right. That
Or
was me trying.
we have it.
I mean,
it's called licensed.
This would be a place you could find an engine module for sure. Like,
I was just gonna say that, like, if we wanted an engine module, this is almost certainly a place for that as well.
So the other engine modules that are in the game by default are afterburners, cloaking device, and a gravatic field generator, because we start with a jump drive automatically.
So a gravatic field generator, is that pretty much a tractor beam?
Yes,
Okay.
it is a tractor beam.
My-
Temperamental and dangerous guild prototype, not legal.
My recommendation would probably be afterburners because Knots is living that scathing life of like immediately dropping a ton of adrenaline and then just running away. So
Love to get some afterburners. I think Krieg would love to get some afterburners. being
I would
reckless.
be all for making the ship go fast.
Yeah. But we have to get the module first before we can put a point.
the cool thing about afterburners is, I mean, maybe not functionally in the game because I didn't read the description, but afterburners are also really good for making you go slow.
Yeah, afterburners in
Reverse
the
thrust.
game they just like, you can use them to treat the engines as a higher rating for a roll, but it might damage them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's overclocking your engine.
Yeah, exactly.
mhm.
Which is definitely got to go fast.
Go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, that sounds like a good, solid choice then.
Yeah, we could just buy the afterburners if we want to spend the cred on it. It's cost what, like 4 cred, 8, something like that. There's a thing for
I'll
it.
turn
Unless
two
you wanna do a
stash to
job.
one
I
cred,
spent
right?
my cred last time on the ship's upkeep.
I have 2
We
cred.
should get how much it costs first before you convert.
6 cred.
Two stash to one
6?
cred,
Okay.
right?
I have 3 cred.
I have 2.
All right. Yeah.
I'll give 1 cred, and I'll be really sad about it because I was going to buy Flaps his favorite treat.
I was.
Wow.
Character, that's what I was gonna say. Flaps really likes white truffles, or the equivalent of white truffles in the parts.
Those are some expensive ass truffles that cost a whole cred.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know what a cred compares to in USD, but
a cred is like a month's wages, if I remember correctly, in game.
I mean, a white truffle is like, I think the last market value was like $750 an ounce.
So it could be your month's wage.
Which
It
is
could be. Yeah, it could be.
Bananas ass like caviar rate for shit.
Yeah, if it's a question of how fancy is it, not what is it in real life.
How
good it
fancy.
is.
I remember doing that in a different setting. I was like, you literally can't compare things from now to things in a sci-fi setting.
It's true.
But you know,
if you do want a quick comparison here, at least one that I'm seeing here at a food place it's $221 if you want a fresh Italian white Alba truffle.
Yes, the actual going rate at a wholesale or distributor direct pricing for white truffles right now is $4,000 per kilo.
Jesus.
That's not consumer market, that's wholesale.
Yeah, that would do it. So it sounds like me, you, and Krieg are spending the cred to get the afterburners. Is that right, or is to other?
Yeah,
people?
I'll give it a cred.
Checks out for me. I'm good with it.
All
Does
right.
that leave any upgrade stuff?
No, it would be the AI module and afterburners,
Yeah,
Yep.
you're still getting the AI module.
which I will fill in. I just gotta. All right, they are done.
Somebody is vacuuming really loudly.
I'm not hearing any of that.
I'm not
Maybe
either.
coming from me.
It's,
No. It's
in
in
the
our
apartment.
it's our apartment complex, but it's like, what are you vacuuming that is going so loud that it's going through?
Damn it, Knots! Turn
I was
the
just
vacuum
hearing.
off.
I was hearing something on my side, but it's actually because the window was open a little bit and it started raining, and it was the rain I was hearing.
Speaking of vacuums
so
and the
yeah.
fact that we're in a sci-fi setting, the only person I actually physically showed this to that is in this call is Kelsa, but I have a hand vacuum that looks like a sci-fi gun, and it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Subject to people with guns. I'm sure the Banshee has quite a few.
100%. She definitely has a gun blade because aesthetics.
Good.
Wait,
she
is it like Final Fantasy Gunblade, or is it
Yes.
like actually functional weapon?
The
Both.
Final Fantasy gunblades
It's
are
sci-fi.
functional. They just don't make sense.
I don't
They-
understand how they expend ammunition when you're just slicing with it.
energy?
I don't know what they ended up
Slice
saying
with it,
for
you pull the
for
trigger
Final
at the
Fantasy.
same time, so you both slash and shoot them. Come on.
Well, for
Yeah.
for
Like
Final
a
Fantasy
blaster, man.
Final Fantasy VIII, they literally said the combustion of pulling the trigger wasn't shooting a bullet, but it was making your blade vibrate at the moment of contact and could inflict more damage. It was the stupidest explanation I ever heard, but I loved it as a kid.
Which would have made a lot more sense if it was like a
the-
mono blade instead of a buster sword, but okay.
I mean, the gunblades aren't really buster swords. They're
on that broadsword spectrum, though.
They are, but they're not definitely a big slab of metal like a buster blade is.
Gun swords, gun blades. One of those.
I am all up on gun blades, so
Same.
Yeah, let's do
Same. Look, I will have them because it means you can do pistol or sword duels with the same weapon,
yeah, exactly.
and that
See.
sounds great.
Gunblade duels at 10 paces.
Yeah, exactly.
So remind everyone, why was Dr. Sang going to go see the Pirate Queen?
He wanted to talk.
Yeah, we wanted to talk because there was basically like we had the whole audience. We had the whole audience with the Banshee.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a part of it was of course Crow trying to be very flirty, and the Pirate Queen being like, I get whatever I want, my friend. But I think there was a whole where Dr. Sang was just like, Dr. Sang has been getting ins with in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
And they figure that they came in as like a person looking fine as hell because they were wearing fine clothing, and they're like, and so they basically, like, when we were doing the meeting, it was just a case of like, I'm going to talk to you later about stuff. It's going to happen, and so now they're gonna want to do that.
Okay, yeah. Are you going by yourself?
That was I think that was the conceit, I believe, because everybody else was busy doing downtime things.
Yeah, I think.
Gotcha. So yeah, where do you meet up with the Banshee?
I think this is her station, so I mean, partly her station, pirates, but
I mean, partly station. It's a bunch of spaceships welded together, so
space station, sort of.
Space station, sort of. Yeah.
What our friendly
may be the better term for it.
Our friendly neighborhood info broker from Packet Lost lives somewhere near here, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and she probably passes by in the background, like holding, like looking like an old granny, just with her grocery shopping. Except everybody who's been watching the show recognizes her from Packet Lost as being the badass ex-assassin.
Yeah,
I was thinking she should have like Stan Lee cameos, but like,
yes.
But yeah, I guess
she's the bus driver for some reason.
She's the bus driver. I guess a bar on like one of the like welded in ships. I imagine one of the ships that's been welded to make the cove was like this old it was this old battle cruiser from a fleet that opposed the hegemony. And they had like part of it was like they had this really nice like officers lounge in it with like wood paneling and everything like that. And now it's just like it's just a bar here now. It's just like aesthetically pleasing bar on the cove.
Yeah. And the bar is of course called Old Battlesides.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mechanically, I think the intent is for Dr. Sang to try to make the Banshee a contact, but we'll see if that actually happens.
Okay. So yeah. I picture her not really holding court per se, but like in a plush what do you call it, booth, that's the word,
right?
With a small table in the middle, some drinks there, but like she's got a couple of arm candy people on either side of her, and she waves them away before you sit down to join her. And the area around this particular booth is conspicuously empty of other people now. So
intentionally, I'm sure.
Very intentionally. So yeah. She kind of looks at you appraisingly, and then there were 2 glasses of wine in front of her, and she just kind of slides one across the table towards you.
Yeah, they take it up and they kind of like swirl it around a little bit, just like, Your Eminence.
I like that.
I can go with a number of titles, whichever you prefer, I suppose. It is your station, after all.
Please, Eminence will do fine.
Perfect. So, I wanted to talk to you about, well, how I might be able to help you, and perhaps you might be able to help me. I feel that you've probably heard of our crew at this point. Beyond, well, our audience.
I had, which is of course how you got an audience in the first place.
Right, of course. Well, I myself have been with the crew for not too long. I'd been at a clinic on injury for a while. Doctor, after all, through and through. But
Yeah.
I seem to have taken to this bounty hunting thing a lot more than I expected. I don't know if you heard of a ship called the Peacock.
I think she thinks for a moment, like, probably swirls the wine glass for a moment and sips from it thoughtfully before she says, "I've heard of them. Small time.
Yes, small timers.
Haven't really bothered us."
Well, they tried to bother us. They were the ones who were coming after that assassin we told you about.
Oh,
Yes. Their leader is dead now.
all right.
He tried to cross me, and that didn't end well for him.
Well played.
Medicine. They're a surgeon. So, that is something to be reckoned with. But, I think you will want me more on my medical knowledge than on my bounty hunting prowess. So,
I think that's fair.
I think something that might help your organization is perhaps a connection to another. You know the Mendicants, right? I mean, everybody does, but...
I've heard of them.
Well, I have a connection to them. Fairly recent. But I imagine that if I can, with your blessing, get to talking to them, perhaps the two of you could have some sort of mutual agreement.
Perhaps. So far, they haven't seemed particularly interested in working with pirates. But they've never turned down someone in need.
Like me, they are about the common good. So, if it can be shown that you are for that, which I think you could be. You are a monarch, after all, no?
I keep to my corner of the universe, but I like to make sure my people are well taken care of.
I think we would be able to make it happen, no?
Seems likely.
As for my own side, since you do seem to be an intriguing person to work with or work for, I am looking for someone.
A particular someone?
Yes, he goes by the name of Crash. This is Dr. Sang's rival.
We haven't talked much about your rival.
No, we have not.
Why don't we have a flashback? Either you can just describe it. Tell us more about Crash.
Crash was an officer in the 51st Legion when Dr. Sang was part of the Legion.
Mm-hmm.
He's human. He was a former patient of Dr. Sang's, being a 51st Legion officer.
Mm-hmm.
He's also one of the few people in the Legion who very much knows that Dr. Sang deserted.
Okay.
Sang does not know where he is now. I actually have my notes in brackets. I don't know whether he's still part of the Legion or he's now part of one of the syndicates.
Okay. All right. Good to know. So yeah, I think I think she's like, that's a very common call sign. I'm afraid you're going to need to give me a little more to go on than that.
Former 51st Legion officer, or current, I'm not sure which.
All right then, Officer Crash. Someone you're looking for?
I can give you his full name. which is a out of character. We don't know what it is, and it's probably not that important.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, just gives the full name. That's who I'm looking for. I think when I left, he was a major.
A major crash.
Exactly.
And what are you looking for him for? Old friends?
Well,
The opposite.
indeed.
Hmm.
I want to find where he is before he finds where I am.
I see. Do you think he's looking for you then?
I have no idea. Depends on who he works for now.
I suppose that's always the case, isn't it?
Yes.
So, I thought you were a bounty hunter. Why isn't your own crew working on this?
We've had interesting histories, most of my crew. They are also mostly deserters, so...
Of course. And she like enthusiastically slaps her knee of how humorous this is. That of course you're all deserters. Well, welcome to my sanctuary in the Cove, of course. You already knew that, but doesn't hurt to say it again. I'll put some feelers out, but I can't make any guarantees that we're to find anything I can't personally put any effort into this, if you understand.
I appreciate it nonetheless. I thought, considering you're one of the few pirates I know I have an actual acquaintance with, I may as well ask you, and I know you have people who can do that.
She nods. And like she's like got you to like send over the actual name information to her personal computer or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking some notes here.
Oh, good.
So she takes another long sip of the wine and is like, "So, Doctor, I see you're here while the rest of your friends are all partying. Now, of course, you've brought me your business of this little acquaintance of yours that you'd like to keep tabs on, but I feel like there's more that you wanted to ask me."
You are very astute on that front. I think my next thing, which has to do partly with what I was talking about the mendicants, is where do I go from here? As good as the crew with the Rocksteady is, I don't see myself being here forever. And so I want to keep my options open.
Are you asking if I'm hiring?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Well, we have a number of doctors already within the Maelstrom. I don't think anyone is currently looking for a replacement, but we are pirates after all, and you never know how quickly the winds might change.
Excellent.
And another deft set of hands is always appreciated.
I could go in some whole spiel about are any of them as good as I am, but I don't think I need to. It's not really the point.
If you were as good as you say you are, then, deserter or not, you wouldn't be looking for work on this side of the law.
You say that, but the hegemony doesn't exactly look kindly onto people like me now, do they?
So that maybe is not so that leader of the Peacocks may not have been the first man you've killed.
No,
I see.
not usually about that, but it says something that before I got onto a ship, I was hopping from clinic to clinic in back alleys. So,
Looking for a way to remake your reputation, I suppose.
I'm looking for a way to be able to help people, but also get around. Usually those things are mutually exclusive. But for pirates, strangely enough, it seems it's not.
Oh, we are not a charitable organization like your friends the Mendicants, but we might be able to work something out eventually.
I look forward to hearing more about it. I'm sure I'll be back at some point.
I'm sure you will.
So, that is my piece.
Well, you seem like you're a good company, at least.
I try my best.
Well, you and your crew are welcome here in the Cove as long as you need to stay, of course. You know the rules. There's no murder here on my station. Just keep that in mind.
That's good for me, I suppose.
It's good for everyone.
For sure.
Dr. Sang, very murderous.
Dr. Sang, known for their murdering.
Yep.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah, they take a sip of the wine, just like, so your eminence, what's next for you? And I think we can fade out the conversation from there. Yeah, so, I think I am getting into making the Banshee contact, which seems like a pretty awesome contact. How long would you say that clock is?
It's definitely 12.
Okay, cool.
I imagine like at this point, Meneki's just like up in whatever rafters or ledges where she can fit to watch over her crew and what's going on below, ever since her vision.
There's so many different, like, rafters and levels and... Man,
sorry, go on.
She's the cat, she can find them all.
Yes, that was basically what I was gonna say.
Awesome. If I happen to like pass by like any of those kinds of people who hide up there like as hidden guards or anything, I just disregard them completely.
There were probably a few, but yeah. So Saint, I do think you do need to make a roll though for that.
Consort was the thing I was looking for.
That feels right to me, so go for it. Of course, it is a fortune roll.
5. All right.
5. Okay, 2 ticks, not bad. Yeah, you've made a good impression on the Banshee, and you have promised to get some mendicants involved, and hopefully they don't get too itchy inside of the Ashtari cloud, which apparently gives some feelings.
Right. Yeah. You know.
That's a good way to explain it.
I'll have to talk to them about it. Look, what I'm thinking is probably Dr. Sang should just be like, look, it's a ride sharing agreement between the Mendicants and the Maelstrom. They'll be great.
Maybe that might work out actually.
All right, and then the other thing I'm gonna do is that conversation is also some insight training.
Yeah, okay.
Because she definitely seems like the person that you would train that you would make lots of insights from. A very intelligent person to speak with. And I'm gonna up my doctor to 3.
Bam.
That's all my downtime.
All right. I think you were the only one with downtime left then, yeah?
I think so, unless people want to spend money.
does anyone want to spend money?
No,
Is-
thank you.
Sit mine on the ship.
Yeah, spend all of mine.
Does anyone else have anything they want to do while you are in the cove here in the Ashtari Cloud?
Well, we are installing afterburners in an AI module. I think those are kind of important.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to allotted time. What I'm saying is, while you're here, those are being installed. That's going to take some time. Do you want to? Is there any scenes you want to have happen during that time, or are we going to skip to revealing the new ship?
That's what I was thinking was the reveal. I wasn't.
Let's reveal.
Okay.
Yeah, Maneki will just oversee like any installation, and
Mhm.
like over the course of time that it takes, she'll check in with Banshee and keep things amicable.
Yeah, she's. I mean, she's busy, running a pirate empire, but
Yeah, which is fine. She doesn't No, she would interrupt. She is a cat.
I was gonna be like, but also you're a cat. You're a cat, and
But
I
also,
feel like cats and pirates get along just on general principles.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just a space parrot.
so yeah. Sometime later, it probably takes at least a week of you guys hanging out in the cove and doing all your downtime. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. Yes, that was just a huge old yawn. Don't worry about it. So, the Rocksteady is been being worked on, and now it has these shiny new afterburners. And as you guys, as everybody comes back onto the ship after you've all been, probably staying in like a hotel or something in the cove while they've been being worked on, and the AI module has also been installed. So when you come in at the door, there's like a little little screen, and a little happy face pops up on the screen, and a little somewhat mechanical voice is like, "Hello."
Does the mechanical voice only come out of the screen, or does it come out of all of the audio interfaces in the ship?
Yes.
Currently, it's only coming out of the screen.
All right, cool.
Well, technically, it's coming out of a speaker right next to the screen, but I think, yeah. Anyway, the little happy face kind of like swirls into like a little ball and like pops up a like a starburst kind of thing, and then forms back into a little face and it's like, "I'm here to make everything easier."
I think when it swirls into a little ball, Maneki goes, "Paw."
Love it.
So, what is the developer name or whatever of the AI module, so I can ask it to change its voice parameters?
You don't know.
The Guild of Engineers?
Right.
Question mark.
I mean, the engineers is the
Can I find the owner's manual and start reading it thoroughly?
yes.
Okay, cool. I will do that then.
Sorry, huh? Do you have a name?
You can call me Ship, or if you like, you can assign me a name. I see from the manifest here that this ship is called. Hold on, what did you guys leave this ship last as? The wise was it the wise
Probably.
wise confidence? I think
It was
so.
wise confidence when we went through the thing.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think we ever changed it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, I see here this ship is called the Wise Confidence. You can call me Wise Confidence if you like, or you can assign another name.
So, out of character, I totally think we should call it Alexa so that we set off everybody's Alexa when we talk.
That
to
is
this
the
thing.
worst idea. Worst idea.
No.
So I'm pretty sure that's not on the list of things to do to increase your stream viewership, but
I think it's specifically on the things not to do, actually.
theory, a game theory.
Do you have a desire of a name for yourself?
So, yeah, while I'm looking through this list, I just want to say I do not think that you should have the same name as the ship, because I'm going to have to refer to the ship specifically in a mechanical context, and you are a... Whew, man, this shit goes deep. But anyway, I feel like you and the ship are not one and the same when it comes to the work that I do here. So, with that...
As I have been recently installed, it is quite accurate to say that me and the ship are not one and the same. But also, as I'm integrating into the ship, that will no longer be the case.
After you integrate, are you able to move to another ship, or are you there forever?
This will be my home.
Also, why am I reading the owner's manual? I could just ask you, how can I change your voice?
What voice setting would you like?
I want something dark and mysterious. Maybe a little handsome. I want to feel that, you know, the hair rise on the back of my neck.
Would you stop messing with the intelligent AI?
Not this. This is a.
Not just like talk sexy to me.
This is
Hey,
our art.
listen. Don't complain about what I'm doing. You all will thank me later. Also, I've been having a lot of trouble with my new romance novels, and you know, it may be nice if it was read to me dark, handsome voice. That's all I'm saying. Jeez.
I don't want you to have a lover spat with our artificial assistant.
Oh God!
Don't make me name it your arch enemy.
I promise you, I will
Can
maintain
you
a
imagine if the ship got jealous and just decided to airlock all of us? It'd be awful.
I don't
healthy
think.
and professional relationship with the AI, except for when they're reading me my nighttime stories. I just really want to see if Kelsa has the range for dark and mysterious. Kind of like I don't know, like a smooth jazz radio announcer.
Mm.
I can adjust my voice as you see fit. As far as reading your nighttime stories, I can do that as well. I do not currently have any preferences as far as a name for myself, although I suppose that could change over time if one is not assigned. I could do some research.
You know what? Now that
Seems
your voice is dark,
inappropriate.
I feel like the name Naomi resonates. Doesn't Naomi just sound mysterious in French? It's probably not French. I think Naomi may be like a Jewish name. I'm not sure.
I say we name them something cool like Glitch.
Glitch was pretty cool.
How about we assign them a temporary name, and if they find one that they really like later on, they can assign it to themselves. Would that be
I'm
something
just saying that's why we keep you around with the big brain idea. Smart. All right.
That is
We'll name
acceptable.
the AI Bob. Wait, you can't name an AI Bob. Nobody said you needed to use the AI Bob.
Well, why don't we just call it Res for now? Because we all have reservations about what we want to call it.
That is acceptable.
Sure. I hadn't.
I had to
about
work
that.
it in there somehow.
I was like this whole time I'm like mentally trying to come up with like what's it called? Where you shorten a phrase into
A portmanteau.
yeah, where it's like R dot E dot Z dot.
Oh, an
Oh.
acronym.
Yeah, an
Oh.
acronym.
Yeah.
Yes, I will respond to Res for now.
Perfect.
Please let me know if you would like to change my designation.
This is acceptable. I am Captain Naneki. You should be aware that this ship has more than one name. Its original is the Rocksteady.
I imagine you have access to our transponder codes, so
There's like a little boop, 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 boop. I do now.
Basically. I see. Will I then be responsible for switching between transponder codes?
I would feel better if somebody was responsible for it.
I think you've kept up on it well enough.
Except for what
As
we
you
did.
see fit.
Can you do the circle thing again?
I think there's, like, the little cutesy face, like, blinks as the AI tries to think of what you meant, and then does the little circle thing again.
Paw.
So, Knots, who has been, like, picking their ear with their pinky, pulls their finger out and wipes it on their shirt, and then is like, oh yeah, wait, before I go, Rez, do you need any more hardware integration before you're all set up? I just want to make sure you're good to go from the gate, you know, and I'm kind of the mechanic. We're going to be best friends. It's no big deal. It's fine.
Designation Knots?
Knots.
Yes. Currently, I am integrating as to be expected. Anything further, I shall direct towards you. As the mechanic, you and I shall get to know each other better.
No, we'll be best friends. You say it back.
We shall be best friends.
You don't have to agree with them.
Careful, that's dangerous too.
I said specifically him.
I'm sure we'll figure everything out as we go along.
But yeah, we'll be best friends, but like, I don't know. Mineki's the captain, so like, I guess her say overrules me if we ever kind of have that thing. I don't know, it's kind of like you being a kid, and you ask your dad for something, and he says no, and then you ask your mom, just don't do that. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine.
I've never been a child.
I've never dealt with an AI before. I'm just really excited you're here. Sorry for rambling, and I leave and close the door behind me.
She's
Aw.
blushing.
You leave and close the door behind you, and then you realize that, like, every single room in the Rocksteady now has one of these little monitors on it.
Right?
And he's like,
Yep.
well, we're alone now.
I appreciate that someone is excited about this as Knots is.
I'm enjoying it.
Childlike wonder, it's fine. Also,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Knots,
it's great.
Knots
I'm
is
not excited about my presence.
she's but only 9 years old, so it's fine.
True. Well, I'm sure we'll get to know each other. Seems like a little bit of an odd term for an artificial intelligence, but
Let me tell you about my best friend.
Well, I do know a lot of things and can very easily access the data stream for more, especially thank you so much for this Nexus link. I do not know everything, and I certainly do not know you. Not yet.
I
And
know
the little
everything. I'll teach you.
Smiley face smiles.
I'm so glad that we decided that the session is just going to be role-playing with the AI instead of doing anything
Listen,
serious.
we don't need to be incredibly productive.
That
We
is
should
the
be
mostest
best friends
fun,
with the
though.
robot.
I know, I'm having a ton of fun. I was actually going to say, I'm going to yell from somewhere further in the ship, Rez, deactivate all monitoring in lavatories of the ship.
Oh no. Oh wait, no,
Dude,
that's
that-
good.
I
That's
noticed
a
the
good
cute
idea.
smiley face behind the twin, and I was like, nope, this ain't going to go well.
Ain't gonna fly.
I
Monitor laboratories has been deactivated.
Rez, reactivate the monitoring in the laboratories and tell me what Knots is doing, because it's probably not good.
belay that order.
Shut up.
Be like that, the layman.
You know, it sounds like Crow actually cross-stitched like a hand towel and hung it in the lavatory, and it says, "Please don't do cocaine in the bathroom," and that's exactly what Knots is doing.
Cocaine in the back.
Random as hell.
I think
So,
Mineki's just like, well, this is Dr. Sang. He's our medical professional, and this is Kree. He is our pilot. He'll be the one handling the joysticks most of the time.
Good. I appreciate having a well-trained pilot at the helm.
I do what I can.
Remarkably skilled. And then, Minek is just kind of like floating upside down at this point. Well, welcome to the crew, Rhys.
Seems to be a strange and eclectic bunch. I look forward to getting to know you all.
It's a lot of fun here.
And becoming my best friend, right?
Oh, hi, Nods.
Welcome back, Nuts.
I think I yelled that from the hall. I think I'm like gone, but I'm still in earshot, so I can hear
There's just like
everything.
another window that opens up. We're in a group chat.
It's from one of the vents, I think.
Right.
Well, shall we get underway then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where are we heading?
Well, let's get out of this cloud and then we can check for a few jobs.
I also have a place to potentially go to, but I think we should check for jobs first.
What place might this be?
Well, I'd have to go talk to a friend of mine about that. And they are a little far from here. They're on Nightfall. So
Oh, that is
I think staying here in Rin until we can get the heat off us in Iota would be a better call. But I was, and this is when they're gonna talk about their meeting with the Banshees. Like, I was talking to the Banshee while we were on our stay on the Cove, and I made an agreement with her about, well, making an agreement between the Maelstrom and the Mendicants.
Fine idea. I was considering increasing our prevalence among certain circles.
I thought that it might be in line with what we are already doing, so I made the agreement. But
Don't talk to Saint.
it does take getting to Nightfall, and that's its own whole thing. So, we should get out to the cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna say, do we secure a safe route out of here?
yeah.
Okay. I remember that being a thing for concern.
You just had to make sure that you didn't fuck up or fuck the Pirate Queen. And since you did neither of those things, then you're
Pro
still able
try,
to get led out by your good friend Johnny 8.
Yep.
I wonder if I can harness the power of that lightning cloud.
I mean,
Our ship's not equipped to do that.
No.
this is like a huge nebula, like huge.
There's a cult around it. Like,
Let's weaponize the lightning cloud. Bring down the hegemony.
There is a cult around it. I don't know if you would know about that cult, but somebody probably does.
somebody who's not on this crew does.
Accurate.
I was just thinking of, I don't know how wild the idea is, but to create a way connection between certain worlds.
I imagine that was being done before the hegemony decided to, destroy most of the cults. But,
I wasn't thinking from the cult perspective. Particularly, I have an interest in Boss Amaranth and Yashtari South.
you know more about that than I do, of course. All I would say is that, it seems like trying to manipulate those probably requires more than one person.
Maybe.
Me.
So,
I will no doubt need assistance in some areas.
that is how cults are created, as far as I have learned.
You say that like I'm worshipping something. I am a goddess already.
Cults don't require worshipping anything. It's how people like the Mendicants work. Just
Your mendicants are a cult.
yes. Most of the mystic organizations are cults. That's how they're defined by hegemonic sources, at least. My parents would know a lot more about that, but they're far away from here.
Well, we could make friends with the HNN. Then we don't have to be labeled as cults. Unless they want to worship me, in which case I'm completely fine with that.
You might have more of a problem with the church in that case.
They do seem to have a proverbial stick up their butts.
They also are kind of in charge of that whole worshipping thing.
Well,
Unless you become a star,
I am a star.
you look very good for a lot of gas pushed together into one place.
I'm quite radiant, aren't I?
Huh. Well, sure. Yes.
What happens?
Yeah,
if
why
I-
not?
Yeah, Dr. Sang's just like, not my actual opinion, but look, you're the captain.
What happens if I eat a star? Stuff it into like a little vial or something, use its solar energy for power.
Now that would be impressive.
I'd pay good money to see it.
Same. I'm sure a lot of people would pay good money to see it. I think that's, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's trying to do that.
I'll keep it in my back pocket.
Well, besides the fact that you see yourself as a goddess, but you don't want a cult, what do you want then? You have gotten your friend out, and she seems to be safe enough, but what now?
I want... And I think it's like at that moment there's just like a bit of a conflicted look, as much as a cat can have. I want to rejoin Tatsuki, but I don't want to leave my new family either.
Well, if you want my opinion on it, all things come to an end. So, at some point you're probably going to have to choose. I don't know what your choice is yet, but you should think carefully about it.
Perhaps not. I've been trying to flesh out a way to maintain both. Perhaps not as captain of this ship, but at least as a manager of a bounty hunting company.
Company, huh? Well,
Yes. I could serve as an asset into acquiring proper jobs, maintain contacts between other organizations.
a fixer.
Yes.
I could see you doing that. And if you want to strike that balance, that seems like a good way to do it. Just might be a tough balance depending on how you want to maintain those families. I just say, think about it.
Of course.
And they turn and take their leave.
Dr. Sang,
Yes. Stops.
thank you for your insight.
It's what I do. I have enough people who come in with broken bones and such, but usually it comes accompanied with, well, broken dreams and hazard thoughts. So, I've gotten some training in it.
I suppose I am luckier than most. I lost those dreams before and reclaimed them. What about you?
Well, my sister is in the sector, so that's something. I do have some of my family. But other than that, I have been looking at my, I suppose you could call it retirement. It's why I talked to the Banshee.
I see.
I don't, like I was saying to you, I don't think I'll be here forever. And, in the end, I do want to, not be dead in the ditch somewhere.
Well, you helped me find Totski. You're always welcome among us.
Appreciate that, Maneki.
Of course. You are, after all, part of this family. And I think Neki turns and probably hops up into either Krieg or Crow's lap, whoever's closer.
I don't know. Probably Crow.
Hops up into Crow's lap.
I'm gonna go make sure we have enough material. And they head for the med bay.
Cool. So yeah, you guys are able to get out of the Astari cloud fairly easily. I think getting out is easier than coming in. So I don't think we're gonna need any rolls for that per se. But where are you guys going? What kind of jobs are you looking for? Something in Rin, I'm assuming?
Yes.
That would be the most easy, yeah.
I mean, easiest, best.
Easiest,
who knows?
best. Yeah, I mean, if we have to go somewhere else, then we can. But
No, I'm sure that there's got to be something here in Rin that you can do. Question is, for whom?
or whom?
Whom?
Yeah.
Sooth.
We could see if we can do some work for the HNN since we have a point with them.
It's true, you could.
We also have a point with the Counters Guild.
Why do we have a point with the counters?
I don't know, but we do.
It was from
Oh,
a
you
long
guys
time
did
ago, I forget.
something. You guys did something not directly affecting them, but by hurting one of their enemies, you got bonus with them.
Oh.
Oh, we could do some. We could talk to the Direneck gang.
Could talk to the Direneck gang.
Does
Right.
anybody remember where Garbo was from? I think it was either Rin or Iota.
Iota,
Okay, yeah, I think it's like in the shipyards.
the
kinda
asteroid
area.
belt. Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
Who is the
Yeah.
Direneck gang?
they're a bunch of cool xenopunks.
Yeah.
Xenobugs?
They're a bunch of
alien-
cool xenopunks.
Big
Independent
bunch of-
Parliaments and Folk, if I remember right.
They're a bunch of punks who don't like the hegemony.
Mm-hmm.
They say something about it by tearing around on the hover cycles.
Yeah. Among other things.
The
Uh,
Vigilants seem cool, the Mendicants seem cool. Starsmith's Guild seem interesting.
I wonder if we could talk to the Vigilants. I'm curious what they would have us do.
We did inadvertently fight and then help someone.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm very. Though half of the crew who was there when we first met them is no longer here.
That is also true.
Also true.
But yeah, what would a bunch of space wizard vigilantes want with a bounty hunter crew? That's what I want to know.
Maybe they need
Uh,
assistance.
To recruit us.
Vigilante gang.
No, they don't want to recruit you.
I'm
Like,
down to work for some space wizard vigilantes. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay,
That sounds
okay,
great.
yeah. I mean, they definitely could use some help. Because, I mean, they have a pretty fucking badass ship, but the reason why they are considered tier 3 is because even though they're a small group of people, each one of them has an artifact and a light sword, and the spaceship is an artifact ship, and so they get around, but there's only a handful of them, and so they can't always be everywhere. So they definitely could get some help for you guys. I just happened to open up to the page where you guys were. Let's see here. You guys dealt with Saren, the blonde Shirley Temple looking girl. Yeah. And where did I could have sworn that you guys met someone from the Direnet gang before, but I cannot find my notes on it.
Yeah, I don't know how much you've been on Warren.
Or was it only... Was it only the other group that met the Direnet gang?
I think it was the other group that met the Direnet gang. We have like a before connection with the Direnet gang. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a long time. We have had 19 episodes of this.
It has been a long time. And I have notes across 3 different notebooks for this. So
I'm going through my, like, I only put stuff on here.
no, I took some other notes here. Nope, not that.
Hey, lifelike.
Dive day. Renew.
Here it is, here it is. Aha! Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, I can find jack shit. But I feel like, and I remember this, but I cannot find it anywhere. I feel like we determined that Direnek was the same alien race that Ballad was. Dancer, that's what we decided to call him.
Yes, I believe. Yeah.
That sounds right.
That's
And that's why I'm so sure that we've seen him on screen sometime before, but anyway,
I have, I went and looked at Link stuff. I don't have Direnek, but I have another person who's also from Ballad Species, which was Rocco. But
yes.
he works for the Scarlet Wolves.
Yes. Well, I mean, I've just been putting more and more of the dancers out there just because I like that. Just because I like that look. And let's see here. But yeah, you guys had a starting connection with them. I'm pretty sure that's where it was from. These notes are terrible. Good job, me. Vigilance. They helped you get the stun weapons. That's where you guys had the Vigilant drum. But from Direnek, yeah, you guys had to have worked with them before. Anyway, so if you want to talk to the Vigilance, they can definitely need your help with getting a job done. you guys are not currently wanted in Rin. They are currently wanted in Rin. So they've got a job listed out on the bounty board because they're trying to get some stuff from some stuff. There is the guild station, SB 176. There is some documents, some data that they need retrieved and scrubbed from that space station. It's going to help them lose some of their wanted level here, as well as further their other agendas. But they can't get near it without tripping all of the alarms and literally having like the 51st Legion and their fucking warship come down on their heads. So yeah, they need to not be there because like they've got all the stars filled up on the yeah. So they just need to
On their GTA board.
exactly. So got tanks coming after them and shit.
Tanks and shit.
Base
I
tank.
should have realized it was San Andreas.
Of course. So yeah, that is definitely one job you guys can do.
Take a look at this. Are we discreet and savvy enough to manage this?
I've never been to Starbase 176, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'll shoot a tank.
It's not the first time. We can certainly try our best. What's the worst that could happen, right?
What could go wrong?
What's the worst that could happen? Okay.
Never say that in my presence again.
The worst.
I will literally murder you.
Yeah. The worst is we have an entire warship come down on us.
I mean, the worst is that they blow up our ship and we're all dead, but, you know, that too.
I mean, technically, the warship is busy chasing after the Vigilance right now, which is why they need you to do this.
Alright.
Yeah.
Never mind, the warship is busy.
The worst thing is, well, actually, no. There is a worse thing than our ship getting blown up. It's us getting captured by the guilds. Let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
We're all in agreement. We won't do that.
So, we'll try to do this smoothly and quietly.
Okay.
How do you feel, Knots? It seems like since we're doing some data scrubbing, you might be our
Scrubber.
scrubber.
Scrub person.
You might be our
Correct.
our star crew for this mission.
Something along those lines.
That's you nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
just got like barraged with text messages, so I was kind of zoned out for like 5 minutes there. But yeah.
We're gonna go onto a space station and destroy some data.
Oh shit, that's my jam. All right.
Fuck you.
Now we're
So
talking.
when I'm oblivious, no matter what, Knots is going to be oblivious because Knots is oblivious even when I'm paying attention. So it's fine.
Well, we never know which vent he's in.
We're just
So we
speaking
just
out
like
into
we
the
say this
aether.
out loud and we wait for like one of the vents to pop open and him to say something.
Yeah, but I'd say, oh shit, that's my jam.
All right.
So, are we going in hot? We going in quiet? What are we doing? I'm not really. I guess
Quiet.
I can
do
see.
it quiet.
The hope is to be stealthy.
We're going on to Starbase 176, so
And it's a resource hub, so we could be there getting supplies.
All right, let me go ahead and work on seeing if I can get some schematics or blueprints to see if there's any easy way for us to get to the server rooms or wherever we need to go to cap this data. You know,
All right.
and we're just corrupting it. We aren't stealing it, right?
Yes, we're just
Oh, that makes-
we're racing it specifically.
Okay, and is this one of those missions where it's like no other damage? Like, are we trying to?
I don't think they care as long as we get the data scrubbed.
Hmm?
So
Yeah, I was just trying to see if, like, we get paid more for a clean job, because, like, I can corrupt their data and leave no trace, but I could also blow up their terminals.
I
I don't think
think-
they ask for explosives.
Is
I
there
think
is there like a bonus in this thing? In this this posting?
Not currently. No. Like-
Vigilance does not seem like the group that posts like bonus
If
material.
if you blow it up, we'll give you 1 million more cred.
Yeah, no.
There doesn't appear to be any indication as to extra, like whether they want to have it exploded or whatnot.
I think blowing up something on Starbase 176 is a failure states personally, but
Yes, we should.
All right, fine. I won't blow shit up. Can I corrupt the server, or do I need to target specific data?
that one's up to you. I think, unless other people have opinions, I don't care
Does
on
it-
that.
I don't. We don't really need to make friends with these people, so if it's more beneficial for us to do that, then go right ahead, I suppose.
Dealer's choice for you, I think.
Yeah. Does it expressly say not to mess with anything else?
What specifically
No.
does the location that we're going to change the data deal with? Is it like just
Can
a general data server that many people use, or is it just like, oh no, like, is it storing more data than the data we're targeting? And
Yeah.
if so, what type of data?
And similar question to that effect, in regards to Outro's question, for these people we're working for, what seems more likely that they would want Knots to do in that situation? Would they want them to corrupt the information, or leave it intact for something else?
See, I was
Like, what would make them happier?
I was more worried about like the equivalent of the Procyon sectors, like all of the snap applications for the Procyon sector are stored there and they just get, deleted,
Well, the one guy already erased everyone's college debts and then immediately had them put back on, so we know that outcome doesn't really hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not really putting anything at risk. They'll just turn around and flip it back on.
Now, one thing to note is that engagement rolls on Starbase 176 are always at -1 die due to ever-present station monitoring. Any job run against guilders here are considered to be on hostile turf. So you guys are running against a guild here, and your essential the plan, more or less, is to get into some guild servers and delete the data about the vigilance.
And which
I mean, there's this place, Starbase 176, is a mining platform. It's a mining platform / space colony that basically it's a huge, like, I don't know, picturing like a top shape, with like a big round dome with like a long spindle down the middle. And it's got a bunch of mining rigs, like Urbot run mining rigs that mine the gas giant below. And most of the people living in this space station are either running those, overseeing those Urbots, manually packing up everything and shipping it out. Like, this is a huge shipping hub. A lot of gas gets packed up here and then shipped back into the main part of the hegemony. Excuse me. But there's a lot of different stuff going on here. You know, this is essentially a mining station, but there's like a lot of guild. I don't want to say interference. What's the word I'm looking for? Influence. There's a lot of guild influence here, and there's definitely a repository of information that you're going to need to infiltrate.
And which guild specifically is this against?
Where did my notes go? Notes. Guild.
All of them.
All of the guilds.
It is. Oh, come on! I was just
Well,
looking
we're
at
friends with
this.
some of them,
Give me-
so.
I mean, still, that's not going to stop you.
Like, we're friends
Well, I mean, I
we're
guess-
friends with some of them, so there'll be even more.
There are only 3 of them, but they're all a big deal.
They're all a big deal. Yes. So, I think the specific guild that you're going up against is the is it ship? I don't want to say shipwrights guild. That's not right.
Marsmiths?
Starsmiths Guild. Thank you. The Starsmiths Guild. Basically, it is some stats on their epic ancient spaceship that they have uncovered that they're driving around now. And so they would like these records of this fucking magical ass spaceship they have to be deleted.
Magical ass spaceship.
This fucking magical ass spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want people knowing you had a magical ass spaceship, would you?
Nah, that sounds bad.
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
want a magical ass spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess before we make the engagement roll,
We should take our break. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
All right. Everybody, stick around. We'll be back for more Rocksteady after a break. Get up, stretch. Remember to hydrate, and don't give cookies to the sentient AI on your ship.
Definitely give them cookies.
Do not
I
give
like
them
cookies.
access to your cookies. All right. We'll be back.
See you soon.
Give yourself a couple of minutes and find how you feel, okay? If you still feel cold and whatnot, love you, buddy. Good night, sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. No.
How's it?
Everybody's good. Ren and Shae actually seem okay. Seems like regular cold so far, so.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying then. So if you're up on the computer, it's not. I was like, it was bad, yo.
Died.
Oof. My microphone's on.
So they hear.
Blah.
Yeah, I just found my new favorite tweet. I mean, I think it's a Tumblr thread, but it's still my new favorite tweet.
Still your most favorite thing ever.
I'm just gonna read it out to you because it's a fun-filled ride from start to finish. You all fools. Getting tattoos based on ancient tattoos they find on bog mummies and the other ancient dead that, for all you know, will bind you to a forgotten god that now by all rights has a claim on your life for better or for worse. Me, an intellectual, doesn't fucking do that. So somebody responds to it. A forgotten god cannot run my life any worse than I am currently running it myself. And then the next person responds with, Bog mummy, take the wheel. So good.
I'm a fan of all of that. That was good.
Yeah, that was great. I'm glad that exists.
I'm glad you exist.
We're all glad you exist.
Holy
Just want
moly!
to let everybody know. We're glad you exist.
I needed that. Thanks.
I agree, even though I was muted.
And that's everyone. So, ignore me eating my tortellini because it took the whole time to cook. But we're back.
Hi!
Let's
Welcome
do a
back.
terrible engagement roll that's totally not going to be terrible.
We did
I
pretty
mean-
good last time.
We could also, gather some information, find a good way in.
A shock.
I mean, that's true, because what you need for setting up a plan is a detail. You need to decide what type of plan you want to do, and each different type of plan has a different type of detail.
I assume we want to go in quiet, so stealth.
So,
We have an option between deception and infiltration. I think would be the more subtle ones.
I think infiltration...
social or misket could potentially also work.
I was going to say, if we can somehow come up with, patrol routes, camera location, ventilation shafts, the works of this facility, I would absolutely be willing to, I wouldn't say go in alone, but do the operative work of being, a sneaky spy.
I mean, we can do Team Splinter Cell. That's always an idea.
Exactly.
I'm down for that. As long as we have the details. The thing is, we don't know do we know where this thing is, which server room this is supposed to be or whatever? That's the primary question.
I mean,
At the very least, I tried to do that before we started, but I can throw it in as a flashback, finding the schematics and
Right.
blueprint and all that.
Flashbacks. We know where things are.
I could reach out to my contact. That's the thing that we could also do.
who's your contact?
I have a information broker contact
Hell yeah.
that is my
Oh, yeah.
uptick.
Yeah.
Brokering information, huh?
Is that Miss Aura?
It is Aura, yes.
She's
We
on
have spoken to her
warrant.
before.
Yeah.
She's on warrant. Nearby,
Oh,
yes.
She's the one who lives in the fancy apartment, right?
Yes.
I haven't met her because I'm Nox and not Tempo.
That's right. I
Same
forget
with
that
Dr.
you haven't met her as Knots yet.
Same with Dr. Sang. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you could give her a call because you do have the Nexus link, so you could reach her even though you're out in the middle of space right now, or you guys could take a trip over to Warren, however you would prefer to do that. But definitely sounds like she would be the kind of person who could hook you up with schematics for Starbase 176, since it is I mean, it's large. This is a space station colony where people live. Dreadnoughts can dock at this starbase. It's not small.
So, I think I can get us some info on the space station, like blueprints and such from Aura. But I don't think I should do it over the Nexus link because of the sensitivity of the information. So,
Fair.
would y'all mind
The-
taking a pit stop to Warren?
Easy enough.
I don't think we need the full station schematics. I just think we need the facility that will, like, you know.
Well, we are a legitimate bounty hunting crew. We could.
This does not seem like a legitimate thing.
No.
Not.
No, but
I mean, it's a legitimate job. It might not be legal.
See, I agree with Crow. Legitimacy does not equal legality. I don't know. I'm going back to bed. Tell me when we're starting.
what I mean is we may have a means of saying that we are stopping for materials, or simply information. It is, after all, a resource hub.
I don't think that's the issue here. I think the issue is our information getting intercepted,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I want to go to Warren.
And that's fine. Well, Krieg, if you will, set course to Warren.
And I
Alright,
will
set course to
hit
Warren.
Aura up on the Nexus link just to let her know we're coming. So we don't just like show up at her doorstep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, so you're easily able to make arrangements to meet with her, and I see no reason why we can't just skip over to the meeting. Who is coming to the meeting? Where are you meeting, Miss Aura?
Probably at her apartment, just because the information is kind of sensitive. So
She
Makes
wasn't
sense.
like the kind of person that you go to, not she comes to you.
Well, I mean, she also has like an office, but I know.
well, I mean, I guess whatever most
much
convenient for her, you know.
you're much more personal friends.
Yeah, she did say she was interested in Mineki's like farsight power, so Mineki will follow in case she can be of any use.
Yeah. Long white hair with a purple streak. Techno clothes. Nice. Okay. So. Captain Mineki in her little captain's coat. I'll never get tired of that.
Neither will I. I'm so
Good.
glad I got it.
Good. And Crow, and who else is coming? Is Dr. Sang attending?
No, can't leave Crow alone.
Fair.
I would like to think that somebody's with knots, we have a shuttle bay on the ship, right? I forget.
Am I someone Knots?
We don't have a shuttle bay on the ship.
Hey, you are someone, but man, that was insensitive. I didn't even think about who's around. I need somebody who can physically
I'm always around.
things while
He's
I want
already
some-
over the AI.
Dr. Sang can stay with Knots if Knots doesn't feel comfortable being alone.
No, that's not what it was. Knots wanted to practice rappelling from like a roof entrance, like in those movies where people are stealing art from museums and stuff like that. Knots wants to practice.
You need a spotter.
Yeah.
Does,
Well, I
does
need
this
somebody
A-
to man the pulley that lowers me down.
does this AI have
mean-
like little robots' arms on scaffolding?
I don't
Yeah.
even need a person for that, considering this is the space future, and you can just have like a machine that does that.
I feel like you don't have a machine that does that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it's very, very
Even if
specific.
it's the space future.
I was gonna say that I don't know if our ship has space for that, because we don't have have like a landing bay or anything. Like the shuttle is housed on the outside of the ship, technically.
So
Yeah, we
It's
don't-
true.
We don't have a big ship.
All right, so I didn't really think I wanted to go into this, but this is the mindset that Knots has going into this. Knots is small, so we don't need as tall of a ceiling as you would expect for practicing this.
Fair.
But Knots is also scared of being dropped and plummeting to his death. So he wants whoever's going to be taking care of this to be able to manually practice it so they know what the weight of knots feels like while they're releasing so they don't slip.
That's fair.
That's not thought process. It's self-preservation.
I mean,
do you ask when you're doing this practice of like repelling like a spy? Do you ask the AI to put up like harmless little red lasers for you to dodge?
Yeah, probably, definitely, and also I probably
Definitely do.
have a like theme song, but it's more like a action scene score than an actual.
Start working on your sweet rat parkour.
I'm trying to be Mission Impossible. That's what
Yeah.
it is, at least.
I
got
knew.
got
it.
Yeah, I think we all got it on that one. I think Dr. Sing's gonna go with the group and meet this person because it seems like a good opportunity, and also, at least for Dr. Sang, it feels like something we could do that we could do later when we're not on war.
Well, I was actually going. You know what? Never mind. I've outplayed the joke.
I see no reason why we can't do both.
Well,
Yeah,
I was,
It sounds
I
like
was
a lot of
going
fun.
to say, how about we change it up? I show up, but I repel from the ceiling where.
Alright. Yeah, let's do it.
We're just like at her apartment, and all of a sudden, Knots is like outside the
Yes.
window, you know.
Yeah.
Like, what the-
I'm wearing like a window washer uniform. Yeah, great.
Excellent.
Anyway.
I think when Aura opens the door, she does a thing where she like kisses both of Crow's cheeks, and is like, "It's always so good to see you."
Oh, it's always good to see you too, love.
Well, come in. So you've got practically a whole new crew with you this time. Oh, except this
Indeed. We
beautiful-
have swapped multiple people. This is Dr. Sang, and he'll introduce Dr. Sang. Knots, are you actually like rappelling down, or are you gonna just come with us? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to introduce you.
Like, does it actually make sense? Like, I don't want to just like insert if it makes
Does it make sense for your character? That's
It doesn't
the
make sense
important
for my
part.
character to be a goofy.
I see no reason why you can't just rappel down. We'll just no comment on it. Don't worry about it.
So she has a
So-
skylight in her office or home, wherever we end up, and you actually hear it open. She probably has like a ding alarm, just like notifying like front
Sure.
door, back door. And that goes ding, so I'm sure everybody looks up, and then I just like rappel down. I'm wearing a turtleneck and nothing else.
Of course.
I'm like,
This is
hey, I'm
nuts.
nuts. Also, that was a lot of work. You guys should have paused. That was cool. Right, that was cool. I like look at everybody. I'm like, that's.
Might have
Yes,
pause,
no,
but
that's
that
Robbie's
was
definitely
good.
like halfway between amused and like shaking his head, like, "Oh my god, really?"
Adorable. But I'm sure there's plenty of time for pleasantries, but you seemed like you had something specific in mind you were looking for, Crow. Something sensitive. And, like,
Alright, we
she's
have,
like got some tea ready that she's starting to pour for everyone as she's saying this.
she's awesome. Crow will definitely take the tea very excitedly and say, "Alright, we wanted the schematics for what was the station's name?
Starbase 176.
Starbase 176. We have a pretty tough job coming up, and it would greatly benefit us to have a way in and a way out, or a way in and multiple ways out."
Of course. Yeah. That's a pretty big space station, but I think we can I think we can do something.
We should
Um,
narrow it down. We are particularly looking to access information on vessels.
Starsmith records.
There.
Oh. Yeah, that'll be a little bit more tricky. But I think I can manage it. Give me a few days.
Amazing.
So yeah, you guys want to make a gather information roll to see how well you can, how much, how detailed these records are. Yeah, there you go. That's what we're looking for.
Sure.
I don't know, Crow, do you?
Would this be a study?
You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Your audio's just broken. I don't know.
Something like that. Still can't hear you. It's like your mic is off?
Your computer's old. One of your USB ports could have died. Weirdly enough, that's what was causing the latency with my camera. The thing that fixed it was switching the USB port. Yeah.
Weird.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
The headphones are his headset's off.
Hopefully that just
Can't hear you. Also, you can't hear us if you're deafened.
Oh, that was
Hello?
Oh.
There you
Yay!
go. Right.
Hey.
That was really weird. For some reason, like, I don't know if it got, like, wiggled out at some point, but I think my microphone kind of wiggled in and out or something. So yeah, study, right?
You're doing a fortune roll. Since it's Aura who is going to be doing this gather information for you, really, it sounds like it'd be more of a social role here for you to get her help, or maybe a tier roll for the tier of your crew for how good this your contact's information is going to be. But that's just
Okay, so
one. So
we get 1 dice, and do I get a +1 because she's a contact or no?
yeah, I think so. Sure, we'll take it. We'll allow it. 2 dice sounds fair.
She is
All
your
right.
friend.
She is your uptick even.
Oh, God.
There you go.
About
Yikes.
that.
Wow. See, this is not at all like last week. This is like I was rolling. My last game was Scum Villainy.
This was Sunday. Yeah. This was Sunday.
That was bad. Yeah. So she can get you the location of where the Starsmith's building is, in the space station, but she can't get you like the server room. This is more than you had before. You have like the outside of the building, all of the entrances and exits to the building itself, but not really much to go on as far as where in that building you're going to need to go.
So, what happens, what Knots does, first off, when you see Knots is now wearing night vision goggles, and they're still suspended.
Of course.
They're still suspended in the air. They're kind of like swinging around or like dipping their
As you
hand
do.
in that candy bowl that was there the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But, Knots kind of like lowers himself all the way to the floor, detaches himself from the pulley, and says, "Ah, shit, well, that means I'm out. That was the stipulation. That was my one thing. I needed us to have the thing for me to do the stuff."
Wait, what do you mean you're out?
Suicide mission.
What? I'm confused.
Well, I'm not out. I'm still in the mission. I'm just not doing what we said we were going to do.
Oh, okay.
We could still try.
We haven't finished collecting information.
We're just going to do it at the starbase as opposed to on Warren.
Well, you see, what I'm trying to say here is the pros and cons of infiltrating Starsmith's Guild facility and destroying their data without the information going ahead. Yeah, I don't know. I think our delay cannot being in prison.
I mean, you can find out the information, but not here and not from her.
Yeah.
This is all in character. I know out of character we
Oh.
can.
Oh,
get the
yeah.
situation.
But then, sorry, let me say that in character then. Well, I'm sure you can find the information, just not here, not from me. I can get you a contact on the space station. That might be more helpful, I guess.
That would be very helpful, especially because, as much as gathering resources is an excuse, I think having somebody who can actually cover for us would be better.
Fair enough.
Thanks for what she could do, though.
Appreciate your time.
We can study these schematics on the way there. Is there anything you require, Miss R?
I do. finger guns to Aura, and then the pulley starts pulling me back up through the ceiling. And then you hear the ding as the spot, or whatever, the moonlight closes. And I'm gone.
There's certainly something you can do for me, actually. As long as you're going to be going to Starbase 176, there's something I need off of that station, actually. Well, someone, really. And to be honest, I don't think they want to come. But Crow said that you are a fantastic bounty hunter, so it shouldn't be a problem for you guys.
I mean, we sure are.
Well, we are going to be in the area. And who is it you wish to acquire?
Choir.
That is the polite way to put it.
It's my little brother.
Linus had an accident on like.
Oh no! Oh no!
A PP accident because he's a doggy.
Because he's a doggos.
Oh, I thought she said I just had an accident. I was like, oh no, I hope everything's okay.
No, the doggy. The Linus, the doggy.
No.
Doggos.
I don't know if Linus is any.
So, shall we head?
Yeah. Head to Starbase 176.
Why
Yeah.
doesn't he want to? I
Oh,
guess
you're
that-
gonna ask questions? I thought you were just gonna take the mission.
Oh no, we were going to.
I'm good to just
but
take the
is
mission.
there,
I mean,
like, yeah, that's
I would just
fine.
take the
I'm
bishop
just-
personally,
no,
but
I'm wondering if there's do we get like a dossier so we know who we're looking for?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
Then my concerns are covered.
you've got a dossier. You know who you're looking for. Question for Krieg. Have you met her brother before?
Crow?
for Crow, you mean?
I mean Crow. I'm sorry, I did mean Crow. I apologize.
I would.
I could
think
roll.
so.
I could roll too, but
I mean, you might know her brother just completely randomly, not related. No, sorry, I did mean Crow though.
it's like,
I
hey,
would think so. Yes.
This sounds like a fortune roll for Krieg.
Do it, 'cause it was
Yeah.
my mistake. Take it. I don't care.
I'm curious. Let's do it. Yeah. Fortune is at the bottom. Blop. Nope, not yet. There we go. Nah, I don't think I do. 'Cause it's a lower one, right? Yeah. Well, yeah.
But that's
Okay,
fine.
nah.
It could happen. Who knows? Yeah. So
Alright,
so
come.
she's like,
Right. Nah, you can stand there.
I give
Dog.
up.
Dog.
I
She's being a dog. So, Crow, you say you do know her brother.
Yes, I would think so.
Okay. I just wasn't sure how, like, personal your relationship is. I don't know. Family oriented.
Yeah, I think Aura and I are very close.
Okay. I know we've said some things along those lines before, but I just like confirmation that yes, you would know her brother. That might make it easier, or maybe it would make it harder.
Kind of both. It'll probably make it easier to find him, but it'll probably make it harder for me to actually like be like, "Hey, come on!" Like, because he knows I'm probably going to take him to his sister if he doesn't want to go. So
Yeah. His name is Kor. Kor.
And so what do we need to know to convince him?
I mean, I don't know that there's any convincing him. We're probably just going to need to pick him up and take him with.
Yeah, it sounds like his compliance is not a factor.
That's that is correct.
Fair enough. I'm so close to being able to manipulate someone's mind, but not quite there yet.
Good to know. Good to know.
Dot.
So, yeah, the Starbase 176. It is a, like I said, kind of shaped like a top with like a big, fat, round, circular disc-shaped center part that goes down slowly, less and less thickness in a big spindle down the center. That lower spindle is where all of the docks are, and that larger flat area is where all of the people live, and there's like a big old glass over dome on the top of it, and it's like, you know, the size of a city. It's a couple of miles around, and then like in that kind of triangle shape coming down from the disc to that point, that's where all like the manufacturing stuff is. So like basically most people live in the city that's on the top. Then there are a few like less prestigious housing in a couple of layers below that are near the surface, but not actually on or above it, seeing the sun through the glass dome. And then there's a bunch of like industry stuff, and then docks going down the spindle. Like I said, the space station itself is like miles wide. It is very much a very large. That's what I'm trying to say. Very much a large.
Very much a large.
It's a big.
It's a
It
big.
is a big.
And yeah, so the bright, clean, like everything inside of it, especially coming from the docks, and like there's a central elevator that takes you up to the surface area, and like of course all along this elevator is like all of the shopping concourse and stuff, but like there's another elevator on, I don't want to say the other side, but somewhere else that is for like the freight and stuff, and then that goes up directly into the more processing areas, and then back down for shipping out. And the point is that here on the passenger elevator, it's like a big glass elevator, and then all around there's like it's like a mall that you go up until you reach the surface of the and it opens up into like a park area. There's a big glass dome, and then there's buildings, and once you're there, if you can ignore the fact that it drops off into nothing outside of the dome, it's more or less like being in a city.
Right. Just ignore the drop into nothingness. And
Right. And the fact that there are surveillance cameras everywhere.
Fun.
Not stepping, he looks around at the cameras very nervously.
We have someone to meet, don't we?
Yes. A contact to find should help make things easier.
Well, let's go there first.
Okay.
Good thing none of us are paranoid, because
Oh no, Maneki is. She's being
good.
very. She's the whole reason she's not saying more than. She's not saying more than we have someone to like we're here to meet a friend kind of thing.
maybe we should hide Maneki in a bag or something, because like.
Put her in a Get in the carrier, Maneki.
Don't you open that gate for me.
Can I rewind and say that Knots isn't with the group?
Sure. We have. I don't see why not.
I think
Why
Knots
not?
stays on the ship, or I don't know. Tries to like. Ultimately, what my goal is to, if I do end up getting caught doing something shady, I am not like seen on camera previously with other people. I just want to like during our stint here, I wouldn't like to keep that,
Do they actually try to put me into a carrier?
No, they do
Okay.
not.
Yeah, Maneki refuses to enter a carrier.
Okay.
So where do we find Core? There we go.
Where do you find Core? That is a good question. I think you've got like his place of employment, which is like a chicken joint, where he's a fry cook, and his like home address, which is like down in the bowels and the cheap seats in the little, you know, tiny no bedroom apartments, in little cramped corridors, like like you do.
Like,
I mean, space is at a premium on a space station, even a one that's a mile long. So yeah, where do you want to meet him? You don't have like his exact schedule, but you do have a list of places that he's known to frequent. Or is an information broker? She has information. She just doesn't have him.
Fair.
It may look a bit odd if we visited him at a place of work, considering his.
I would probably wait until some point, like in the evening after his work. I wouldn't want to try to like grab him at work. Maybe like
Like to like
Right
at the
as
end
he's-
of his shift.
yeah, like maybe track him from when he leaves work to his house, kind of thing, and then go get him then.
Don't look conspicuous doing it, and perhaps I should stay here.
Okay. So yeah, it's fairly easy for you to track him. Like, I don't think that you need to really worry about that too much. But what do you say to him? Do you like corner him in his house? Do you like who goes? Like, tell me the scene after you followed him home to his little hole in the wall apartment in the lower sections. It's a crowded hallway with a bunch of different little apartments, and they all have like small tchotchkes like nailed to the outside as a way of like differentiating them from each other.
So I feel like I should be the one to go get him, since I'm kind of getting him for his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm not gonna say anything. Just like as he goes up to like open his door, I'm just gonna kind of jump him and go for the knockout kind of thing.
All right. You can just pounce and knock out. You're fucking badass, and he's a fry cook. So I don't really think
fry cooks before though, so
He could have some hot
I wouldn't
oil
even
on him or
get it.
something and be
I
like,
used
ah!
recommendations. Fry cooks are they can be tough. Just saying.
We're also space scoundrels, so like, and this is cinematic.
We're meant to be tougher. We should be fine. We're making tougher stuff than fry cooks.
If that's his plan, Maneki will suggest bringing the shuttle so this isn't seen that you're dragging him out.
I mean, you can't take a shuttle down these halls.
No, but one nearby.
So I'll just pick him up in my arms and carry him down the hallway.
Roll him up.
And if anybody
roll him
asks,
up in
it'll
the
just
rug
be
in
like
his
you drank
living
too
room.
much kind of thing.
Roll him up
Okay.
in the rug in his living room.
Go full serial killer.
Just don't get caught, is what I'm saying.
I don't
be
think
fine.
that he actually got the door open. So, yeah, I mean, you just take him back to the Rocksteady or what?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I think we just get a scene of you, like, stalking this guy back to his little apartments, waiting for no one to quite be looking at the door, and knocking him out, and then being like, "Oh, hey, buddy, you drank too much. Come with me."
Yep.
And leading him away.
That was the plan.
All right. Do you like just stick him into one of the cells or what?
Yeah, I'll probably put him in the cell for now. Just until
Okay.
we're done the job kind of thing.
A quote unquote.
Once we're underway, I'll come back and get him out of there. But for now, seems like a good idea.
Okay. So he wakes up in the cell and is probably gonna start making a racket. Like, "Who are you? You can't do this to me." Kind of thing.
I walk down the hall and sit in front of the cell.
The hell kind of cat is that?
It's a cat you probably don't want to fuck with.
Crow?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, God, no wonder my head hurts. Bastard.
Look, you can get me back for it later. Your
I
sister
did-
wants to talk to you, and this is the only way to get you to her.
Really?
You know, if I came up and asked, you just simply wouldn't have come.
You know, if you came up and asked that if I... No, sorry. You know, if I seen you coming, you wouldn't have gotten this close.
That's exactly why you're there.
Damn it, Crow. Well, as long as you got me on the ship, you might as well let me out. There's not anywhere I can get to between here and Warren anyway.
I levitate a delicious meal through into the cell, but I also
Uh-huh.
lick my paws like it's not me doing it.
Of course. I see. A delicious meal. You're just... What, are you trying to bribe me now? Come on. Crow, I'm gonna lose my job over this. Like, seriously. Come on, man.
You can
I
get
was
other
scared for a
jobs.
second.
You don't exactly have a great job anyway. You're in a wage slave position.
Oh my god.
A galactic
Not you
slave.
too. Really? Look, I have a life there. You know?
I'll take you back after.
Fine. But do I really have to be locked up in this cell?
At least for now, unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
We have a separate job to do. We weren't just here for you.
Oh my god. How long am I gonna be stuck here?
Not too long, I promise.
Well, if all of the meals are like this, and he, like, snatches it out of the air, I guess it's gonna be alright.
Our food is goddamn delicious.
Well, that was easy.
I imagine he's just like, I didn't know you were a way user, by the way.
No, he's not even gonna question it. Like, this is
It's
space
weird.
future. There's some weird
Yeah.
fucking shit going on. He doesn't need to know how that works.
In
That's
another room. Another room Dr. Sang is with Krieg. It's just like, why did we allow him to do this?
Well, I wanted to see how it played out mostly.
Seemed
I
like a
thought-
good idea at the time.
I thought he was just going to do the, put an arm around their shoulder and walk with them, not the... Anyway,
It's about 50-50 with Crow. You can never be too sure.
that's true. I just wish he had let me, treat the person he knocked over the head, but
Oh, that's a good point. You think you might have a concussion?
Probably. That's why I wanted to, but
Still time.
I guess so. It just walks off.
So
I guess
there,
so. Walks off.
when you guys like entered the ship, or I guess the first time you go to this location, but on the captain chair, there is a note from Knox that says, "This is how you'll contact me. Don't use normal means, and only do so within an hour before the mission's about to start."
Why does this call sign say Solid Squeaks?
I don't know, but I'm curious to see how this plays out.
So, I think you guys need to find the information that Knots needs for the final step of the phase of the plan. I think. Now that you're here, it should be much easier to acquire, and Aura was able to hook you up with some people who might be able to give you that information. But I think it's going to be mostly a matter of time. Like, how long does it take you to get this that you have to keep Core locked up in your hold?
Right, yeah.
I did think it was kind of silly that we got Core before we did the mission, but
But to be fair, you might need to bail real fast
Yeah,
after the
Yeah.
mission.
I figured that was
So-
why we did it.
Uh,
In case we didn't have time.
so while they're acquiring that information, can I do field reconnaissance to any benefit?
Probably, yeah. I mean, you know what building it's going to be. Like, what would you be looking for?
Camera locations, blind spots, patrol switch times and routes, just basic things like that. Seeing if the like there's different like gate guards and if they actually pay attention or if they're just watching TV or taking a nap, like that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to get as much information about the like day-to-day of the location.
Well, I mean, that's the typical groundwork that you would be doing, so you could definitely be doing that right now while they're looking for the detail of the server room for you.
Nice. You better believe I'm in like a fake space tree, like squatted down in my turtleneck with my night vision goggles zoomed in. And
I have a way of finding this information.
Oh?
So it's a little convoluted.
I love convoluted.
That's
Yeah.
the best
So
It sounds perfect for this.
So- yeah, this is a Dr. Sang is a person who goes to clinics and works at them.
Sure.
Dr. Sang's gonna go to a clinic, and since this is Starbase 176 and there are a lot of miners here,
Yeah.
Dr. Sang's gonna try to find a member of the Cobalt Syndicate.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. That's possible. That's a dog. Dog, come here.
No.
Oh, that dog's barking. I thought that dog was sneezing.
It
I
did,
was
it did
about to
sound
say
like a
bless
sneeze
you.
at first.
yes.
Maybe she sneezed and then realized she was just really angry.
Oh, Linus.
Ghost dog.
No, he just has weird noises. This is why we call him my crocodile dog. Give me just a second. Let me let him out.
Ghost dog.
So, there's a dog bark in the background as we walk.
Yay, doggos.
The dog is now canon.
I didn't
This
know
is-
they were.
We do have the dog on the ship.
This
I
is.
do.
Did-
Gaffrey's not on the ship anymore.
No, Gaffrey's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gaffrey's been gone for a while.
I thought Caffrey was still on the ship. That sucks. I'm
No,
sad.
that's Link's dog.
Yeah.
Link's like, I'm
Well, I
not
knew it
leaving
was
my
Link
dog
dog, but I
here.
thought Link left Caffrey on the ship until he came back.
Link never came back, so no.
Yeah, there's I mean, this is exactly how Ghost Dog was born. It's just the spirit of every dog that has ever barked off camera.
That's true.
I tried to get him to come get on camera, but he was like, no.
To
I'm
be,
not for
to be
that
fair,
problem.
Gaffrey did get replaced by Flaps. So-
That's true.
It is true.
It could just be flaps. That's why it sounded so
Flaps
weird. It
is
wasn't
barking.
it wasn't a dog. It was a bat.
Space
Flap.
Flaps is super low key because they're either like being a goofball bat or they're just like in the corner of any room you're in, listening very intently to everything.
Mhm.
Just a little creep. That's just a little creep.
That sounds exactly like Knots, so perfect.
But yeah, I think Dr. Saint's gonna try to find a member of the Cobalt Syndicate and then like see if the Syndicate has that information. Because they're a labor union. They probably
Sure.
know ways in and out of the Starsmith Guild buildings and such.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. I think it wouldn't take too much for you to get in contact, or be put in contact with Bolt.
Okay.
They are a very like broad-shouldered person. They look like a blacksmith. That's the kind of build that they have. From the basically they're like a welder that like works on the mining equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they are very I want to say large. I think I already mentioned that. But like also charismatic. Like you walk into a room with them and then you're like, "Oh, that's who we're talking to." You know?
Right.
They have a very infectious smile, and they wear like overalls, and probably like in the in the typical spacer fashion of the coveralls folded over, the arms tied at the waist, and then like a tank top over that. They've got they're human. They've got straight black hair that comes like it's like a little bob, just like halfway down their ear. And yeah, so you're referred to them.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so gonna approach them and ask them about this Starsmith facility? I guess it's the best name for it.
Facility.
Yeah. We're looking for a way in, and I feel like they probably know who we are, at least by reputation. So.
Yeah, like I've heard of you. Not just you, Doctor, but also all y'all. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. So you're coming to me for some information.
That's right. We thought that it would be best to contact somebody who's very knowledgeable in the station, and that's certainly you.
I'm knowledgeable in a lot of things. Now, Starsmiths, on the other hand, well, I'm knowledgeable about them too, just maybe they're a little more knowledgeable about me. I'm afraid I'm kind of on their wanted list.
Right. They're not a big fan of the Union now, are they?
No, and I've been a little bit vocal about things. See, but you're looking for some schematics?
That we are.
Alright. I know some people who know some people. It's gonna cost you, though.
Hey, we've cred, so that's not to worry.
Well, then I'd be happy to work for you, because more cred is more...
There
Well,
may be something else we can do as well. If not believes that they can, since we're scrubbing information anyway.
Wait, is that a talking cat?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
we're not gonna go into it right this second. After the job, perhaps.
All right. I'll be here to hear it.
Actually, they like go into their lab coat and just like take out like the equivalent of a business card because we have those. We've established this.
You have. All right. Yeah, they'll take it.
Call lists.
Okay. Cool.
And
Let's see.
while I'm here, if any of you need medical attention,
Not currently.
standing offer.
Appreciated.
So, schematics. We do need them something quick. We can get you money, but we do need them, time sensitive.
Right. Give me a moment. And they go off and like start making phone calls, basically. And a short time later, they come back and
Someone
they're
get
like,
that cat a sweater.
"You wire me the money, and I'll send you the schematics. Have someone drop them off at your ship."
How much is it?
Oh, one cred.
Okay, I can just take that on my stash. Cool. I give them a bottle of whiskey. Let's go with that. Nice bottle of whiskey, because that's something we have on hand.
Sure. Yeah. They'll take it, appreciating it appreciatively. Yeah, those are words. You have the deets.
Yeah.
On the way out, I'm just like speaking. Well, actually, no, probably back on the ship. Do you think it would be useful if we scrub the information of his, the guild's shit list and wipe his name off of it? Since we're going to be scrubbing it anyway.
If their information is on those servers, that would be... I think that would get us some...
influence with them?
Yeah, some rep with them. So... And, may as well support the union, no?
Well, if it's there, we'll keep an eye out for it. Making contacts, I think, is going to be useful for my planned retirement.
Shall we do the engagement roll?
Yeah. So it sounds to me like this is going to be a sneaky sneak.
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 Infiltration.
Solid Squeaks has the vents in hand. Squeaks Fisher is the other name.
What's the other one?
Squeaks Fisher.
Squeaks Fisher.
So the point of infiltration is the vents into the server room. Is that the plan here?
I think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is very specific. Let's do it. What is everybody's we'll need everybody's loadout, and let's do the engagement roll here.
Light.
Medium.
Okay.
Infiltration light.
Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors? Not
Not
really.
really.
Yeah,
Would have been
I
if
don't
we
think
didn't
so.
have the info, I think.
Yeah.
Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability to the target or hit them where they're weakest? I don't think particularly. I don't think they're especially weak to this more than anybody else would be.
Considering Ron, unfortunately, no.
No. I don't think they're particularly strong against this approach either. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
They did.
Already did.
Oh, okay, that's true. Are there any enemies or rivals interfering in this operation?
That's up to you.
I think there are.
What?
I know.
Wonder who.
Is it a situation of like competing for the same job, or is it like?
No. It's something else.
Which one of your rivals works for the guilds?
Are there any other elements you want to consider? You automatically get -1 because this is on Starbase 176. And also your target is La Starsmith's Guild. So you're going to be at 0 dice.
Yay!
It's been a hot minute since you guys have been at 0 dice, so revel in it.
0 dice.
Hey, not.
Woo!
You want to roll an engage
I'm
roll?
doing the thing.
We start with 2 gambits because we have Crow with us, right?
3.
3
That's a
because
3.
you got the thing.
Oh,
Because you got the thing.
okay.
Playing with
so
the stuff.
we should have one
Gear
more gambit.
noise.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm-
desperate! Woo!
There's your other gambit. There you go. Awesome. Metal Gear noise. Ooh, desperate. Oh, good. Brilliant. So,
Solid Squeaks, come in.
What's your call sign? What is Nameki's call sign?
Ooh, that's a good question. Since we're
When
doing,
Knots
since we're
dies
doing-
during this mission, I'm totally gonna be like, Squeaks! Squeaks!
since we're doing Metal Gear, I will be Liquid Purr.
all right. Everybody say your load. If you have not already, please mark that.
Like,
Solid Squeaks.
yes.
You're in the vents when you hear that noise, that telltale noise that they have turned the fans to maximum power, and you're about to be sucked into the fans and then out into space.
Oh no.
Because that's how these things work.
Good
What do you
thing
do?
I brought my. Spy gear, which includes suction cup.
Hell yeah.
glove.
Oh, yes. Okay. Good. Definitely mark that down on your gears.
Yes.
You're gonna need to fight against the blowingness. Making some kind of a roll here. Probably, scramble?
Yeah, I think either scramble or scrap, but scramble's what I would go for here for sure. Okay. Desperate. What is my effect?
I think it's standard. Like, you have the right tools for this job.
Mm-hmm.
The right tools for scaling the inside of a vent with ginormous fans going.
Am I able to assist by like also having spy gear, and I'm like watching through a camera and talking through them over comms, and just be like giving them directions like, all right, now go 10 meters down this corridor.
That sounds reasonable. Like, definitely in theme for the doggy. Hi, puppy.
Doggy.
Satrice for dog.
Yeah. So that's definitely in theme. So you can spend your thing and thing. That means that Knots, you get an extra die.
Yay! I believe that I would like to save all our gambits because this is not the end of the nonsense. So, damn it! Oh,
Oh,
Would you like
wow.
the 3 or the 3?
Here we go.
Maybe the end of the knots sense. Oh, wait.
Well,
Take that, our last 2 jobs.
Bye, not.
I feel like knots getting sucked out into the vacuum of space should be a clock.
It definitely is, and it definitely is going to have some ticks on it, which you can resist and get less ticks by making a resistance roll. But I think what happens is like we see one of those things where like you go to place you go to place your suction cup, and then we like zoom in on it and we see that there's like some kind of like mildew or slime that's just like right there, and then you put your suction cup down and you try to set it and it slips, and it seems like it sets, and you lift the other one up and then it slips and you realize it wasn't actually set, and you start tumbling backwards, and then you hit a corner really hard, and then you are you're gonna have 3 out of 4 ticks onto a clock of get sucked out into space, which you can resist, and you're also going to take level 3 harm of concussion from getting knocked around, which you can also resist.
I need to raise. It would cost 4 stress to resist both.
You have to roll a die, and then it will cost you a number of stress.
Am I able to help resist one of those?
No.
Yeah.
Unless you can, I guess in theory you could do something like, I don't know.
I was gonna argue like an insight resist for like doing the thing like if I'm like looking at the schematics and using spy gears, and I can just be like, I detect the fans powering on. Secure yourself, kind of thing.
I don't know if that would help there,
I feel
considering
like
failure is.
it would help me resist the getting vacuumed out into space part.
Yeah, that's
but
what I
not
was going at.
What you might be able to do to help resist getting vacuumed out into space is like do some kind of like emergency override to like slam one of the wall, like an air wall shut or something, so that they stop there, and then we'll have to be able to move forward or something. I don't know.
I would very much like to turn it from suck to blow, please.
No.
All right. Well, first things first. I'm going to make a prowess roll to attempt to make sure that I know how to tuck and roll when I'm put into a position where I could bash my damn head in.
And would this be an insight or a resolve resist for the other thing?
For your thing?
Yes.
I think it's going to be a insight resist.
Okay.
So Knots, you're only going to take 1 stress.
So I'm very happy about that.
And Maneki, you're only going to take 1 stress.
Resisting level 3 harm, don't I still take damage though?
You will still take damage. You'll be taking level 2 harm of battered and bruised. You've been knocked around a lot. And Maneki got one of the failsafe panels to slam shut, and you smacked into that hard. But you're not in space.
That's a plus.
And you didn't lose a lot of progress, so that's good. I think that's good. After a while, the fan will power itself back down again, and you're able to make it to the server room, and you can drop down.
Right. Look at per. I have reached the destination. Descending now.
Well done,
And
Solid Squeaks.
Yeah.
Remaining on comms for your exit.
Roger.
I will also inform them of a little bonus rep we might get from the Cobalt Syndicate if we happen to find their information and delete it, since we're already in the business of scrubbing information.
Sorry, what was the question?
I was just informing him of a potential bonus to reputation.
Oh.
If since we're already scrubbing information, if
Right.
we happen to scrub stuff in the Cobalt Syndicate as well.
Then
as
bonus.
as well as the violence.
Yeah, and so similar to the famous scene that you're referring to, you drop down into this server room where you can hover above the ground and not touch any of the pressure-sensitive plates on the floor, and interface with this computer.
All right, so I open up the computer and begin my process of purging the information. I respond to the comms to Maneki, saying, additional steps pending SITREP. I'll let you know after. Shit, I'll just let you know if I can do the thing after I'm done with this. This is kind of stressful, you know?
No worries.
So, would this be... hack?
Probably. I mean, you tell me what action you're doing. It sounds like you're doing hack. I mean, unless you're going to be taking a flamethrower to it or something.
Which is an option.
I guess if you were to hack at it with like a saw or an axe, then technically you would be probably skirmishing, I guess. But that's not what you're doing at all. So just
So will that fine hacking rig help me here?
Yes, it would help you, because having a fine hacking rig means that you're better on par with the computer systems that are here, because these are high-class computer systems.
Using a computer
So it only fictionally helps me, it doesn't mechanically help me.
No, it does. I mean,
unlock the door instead of you having to bash the door in.
I mean, it's going to allow you to roll at a standard effect instead of at a lesser effect.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Cool. I will do that now. I'm going to use before gamble. Still desperate?
What was that?
Still desperate?
No, Maneki.
Oh, I was gonna ask if I can continue to provide assistance, like to since I'm looking through a camera to just provide like extra eyes and be like, oh, that's what we're looking for, kind of thing.
Do you think that would help? Knots?
I don't really know. I feel like Knots is in a position where, like, quiet would be the beneficial thing. Like, maybe Knots considered turning off the comms, but didn't want to be rude, so didn't. Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
So it would be Desperate Standard?
That's correct.
What's the Devil's Bargain sound like here?
You get sucked out of space by the fans.
That's not a devil's bargain! I can't think of something that Knots would want here. Like to
A rival or enemy.
That's a good question.
Because they could always show up.
Oh, hey! You didn't kill Garth, did you? When we met him earlier?
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Do you think our dramatic cliffhanger is Garth showing up to make this harder?
Dun.
Absolutely. 100%. Oh, it is that time. Perfect.
I'm into it. So, before or after I make the hack roll? Actually, I think I should make the hack roll because we have all the modifiers in now. We're never going to.
Yes. Yes.
So desperate, standard. I get 2 bonus now?
Yes.
Cool. Come on. Big money. Okay, that's not a crit, but it's 6.
It is a 6.
Still a 6.
6s are good.
All right. So you have started the process, and it's going to work, but it's that thing where there's like a little loading bar, or in this case, a little deleting bar. And I'm gonna make a little clock here for the information being deleted, which is gonna be a 6-part clock. And you're gonna be halfway through it. Delete that data. There we go. That's not the right button. Yeah, come on. There we go. There we go. Delete that data halfway through it. Good job.
Yeah.
You're halfway through this delete that data clock when all of a sudden it's Garth.
It's Garth.
Garth.
Do I notice someone is coming before Garth just randomly shows up?
I think we like hear ominous footsteps or something,
Okay.
and then the camera looks up and sees Garth before we see what happened to you. Like, so maybe you could sneak away?
Yeah, so what I do is
We'll find out next week.
yeah.
Don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to write some notes after we finish up with outro.
Good. Yes, do that. But first, let's blaze through some XP.
Yeah.
All right. Rocksteady crew, did you execute a successful extraction operation or capture of a bounty?
We did
No,
not.
I didn't.
We did.
Yeah.
We extracted that one fry cook. Or-
He's not. You have not.
We haven't
You've
we
done
not-
haven't delivered him. It's true.
We
yet.
kidnapped him.
a
You
lot.
have-
I see what you're trying to do there.
You're mid kidnapping.
We're
Yes.
mid-kidnapping.
Contend with challenges above your current station. Yes. That you did do. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
In the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think we did yet, though.
Did too. Like
Yeah?
through him,
We
he helped.
We definitely had a couple of our reputation precedes us moments.
That's for sure. For sure. Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of this crew, Captain Maneki?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Y'all know that if Knots completes this mission successfully, he's gonna have hubris, and it's going to be.
We're gonna call him Solid.
Maybe he'll just
from
be
now on.
Like you
Welcome
can,
to
Sucked in
this.
space.
Welcome to this game.
Then you don't have to worry about it.
yeah, you've been trying to do this for a while now. Like,
That's true.
oh my god, like several sessions ago, a while.
Let's keep going on the XP.
That's you, Krieg. Did
Oh,
you
Krieg.
address a tough challenge with speed or flair?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yes.
That's true. Did you struggle with any issues from your vice or traumas?
No.
No vice, no traumas.
Nope.
Boo.
All I got are the beliefs today.
Crow.
Yes,
Did you address a
ma'am.
tough challenge with charm or audacity?
I don't think so.
You
Okay.
kidnapped someone.
You did. That was pretty audacious.
That's true.
Pretty
That's true.
audacious.
I don't know if it was a tough challenge though.
No, it definitely was not a tough
That
challenge.
is true.
No. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yes, we did meet my contact Aura once again.
That is true. And did you struggle with any issues from your vice or traumas?
I don't think so, actually.
Okay, yeah. Maneki,
Yes.
did you address a tough challenge with wisdom or the way?
I think so. particularly when they were trying to gather information, and she's trying to manage the inconspicuous side with a very rambunctious group, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
But
sure.
Only one. That's the only one I can think of.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Oh, quite a bit.
That quite a bit, especially when you're talking about what you might want to do when you retire, with how you feel about your family
Mm-hmm.
and how everybody is your family. What about issues from your vice or traumas?
She refused to be a personal part of this mission because there's so many cameras. So apparently.
That's true. It's very true. All right, perfect. Knots.
Hi.
Did you address a tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity?
I believe I did.
I think you did too. Yeah. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Knots is kind of digging into this spy thing. Like,
I mean, that feels like is a drive or a belief here, like a drive to dive into your new passion, right?
There's also everything to do with how you reacted to our new artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah, that too. All of
and
that.
also the way that, like, once we landed on site, I completely detached myself from the group, not for, like, my own benefit, but in case shit goes wrong, I'm the only one who has to fall. So,
Right.
playing into a belief.
Did you struggle with any issues from your vice or traumas, though?
No, unfortunately.
We don't have any traumas.
I did, however, level up prowess, which means I'm gonna throw myself another tick at that there skulk.
Ooh, nice. Dr. Salid Song.
Hello?
What did you do today? Did you express your... did you address a tough challenge with insight or compassion?
Yes, actually. Getting the information from the Cobalt Syndicate. Because
Yeah.
their reaction to how do we get this information now that we're on the station is go to the people who work here.
That's... Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And another one, I guess, and this one's up to Maneki, whether them coming to Maneki and being like, hey, you should think about your future and, like, what you're going to do when it comes down to it.
I would agree.
Alright. Then yeah, those two.
Nice. What about your beliefs, drives, heritage, or your background as a berserker in the 51st Legion?
I wonder if my entire conversation with the Banshee was part of it or not.
I was only like 10 whole minutes of this session. I don't know.
Only 10?
Yeah, like that, and actually they for the first time brought up the heritage thing of bringing up their parents.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Help and stuff.
Yeah, that was like such a throwaway line. I almost missed it, but I remember thinking that at the time. Beautiful. Yeah. What about issues with your vice or trauma?
Not this session. Probably next session.
You got it. Okay. We'll figure it out. That is everybody. So let's do some real fast outros and wrap it up.
I'm Outro. You can see me here on Thursday and always on Twitter at Outro42. Other than that, I've like thrown my name at a couple casting calls, so maybe you'll see me other places.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Rhys.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rhys Dragon. You can find me here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays we play some Vampire the Masquerade, and today you can find me here for Scum Villainy. That's me.
And Shae.
Hello everyone, I'm Shae. I'm a member of Party White Gaming. You can find me here 4 days a week. I also have my own channel, which is twitch.tv/ShaeGem, in which I do art stuff and am now playing some games. I just recently beat Necrodancer, and I currently have a poll up for folks to vote on what I draw that is inspired by said game. And so far, it's me and Ghost Dog in that art style. is currently in the lead. So go ahead and check that out and vote if you wanna see influence what I draw. I also I am also open for commissions, so anyone who's interested in character art, logo design, map design, cute little chibi emotes. I'm super excited that I could finally use mine. Then send me a message. If you are not on my Discord, are not able to message me on Discord, message me through my Twitter, which is twitter.com.
The twits.
The twits. /JimShae. Twitter's dyslexic.
Saint.
Hi everybody, my name is Saintguard. I'm a variety streamer, voice actor, game designer, and sometimes GM at tabletop role-playing games. You can usually find me over on my own channel, twitch.tv/Saintguard. You'll find me there tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. I am playing Spiritfarer, as well as to-be-determined game. We'll see what I end up getting during the Lunar Sale. Yeah, you can also check me out on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, it's at Saintguard. Let's use name with the LY at the end. On Instagram, it's just at Saintguard. My Twitter is actually active. My Instagram isn't really. The last place you can check me out is over on Patreon, patreon.com/Saintguard. I've got a playbook. I got a playbook or crew book I got to make this week, and I have some ideas. So we'll see how that shakes out. And also, you can check out my games there, Republic City by Night, and There's Been a Murder, and that's me.
Kelsa.
Hello everyone, I am Kelsa. I play role-playing games on the internet. Obviously, I am here as the Space Mistress for this game of Scum Villainy, the Rocksteady. Every Thursday, every other Monday, I'm over on my own channel. We're currently playing Harvest Valley, which is a Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley inspired cozy little role-playing game, and that's pretty fun. And you can find us there, not this next Monday, but the one after that. Yeah, every other Monday, just figured out. Cats. She just jumped over my lap. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa, Twitch and YouTube. It's Kelsa Delphi. That's me.
Alrighty. Well, wrapping it up then. Hello, I'm Rin. You're checking out our channel, Partywife Games. Thanks for stopping by. You can catch us most days of the week when we're not horribly feeling sick or unable to play, which tends to happen more often than not, and we're trying to get a handle on that.
Yay, health issues.
Haha, health issues. Yeah, you can catch me. I'm going to just start from the beginning of the week. Sundays, we play Things from the Flood. I run that game. It's an alternate 1990s, almost said 1920s. 1990s, where history went in a different direction and technology is starting to fail from the golden prosperity of the 80s. Mondays, I will be playing over on Penny for a Tale, where I will be playing the Great American Witch, and I have a character that is largely inspired by Ambrose from the Sabrina the Teenage Witch series. So if you want to see me without my shirt on, no, just the character, playing basically a necromancer in a witch coven in the 1970s. A lot of period pieces going on this season. But we're playing a witch coven in the 1970s in New Mexico, and I am playing basically a necromancer who deals with spirits. Tuesdays, we usually play Vampire the Masquerade. It's been kind of touch and go for us this season, but Rhys is there, Shae is there, I'm there, a lot of fun people are there. Wednesdays, there's currently nothing. Thursdays, of course, we're here. Fridays, Shae and I will be over on Diesel Shot tomorrow to play one shot of the dark mystery game Nibiru. And then, going forward, I will be on Penny for a Tale with the GM from Diesel Shot, Pat, who is a good friend of ours, Spider Queen Long. She will be running a 3-shot over there, and I will be playing another totally different, separate character for the time being. Saturdays, we play Descent into Avernus. It's fun, it's great. You all should come and check it out because it's just wacky fun times, and Dungeons and Dragons, of course. And I already did Sunday, so that's it. Anybody in chat, you can check out our Discord if you want to come hang out. We do a lot of cool stuff there too. And speaking of those fun Diesel Shot people, I think they're who we're going to raid tonight because they are playing Uranium Fever, their Fallout RPG. So check them out, give them some love. They're great people, and you can catch us there tomorrow.
Bye.
Everybody have a good night.
And everybody.